andaranta Qur'ani nariwa magambedda dum wona ko hakki hidon wullitelo gandi andaranta Qur'ani nariwa magambedda dum wona ko welane mine komi wawata on haalande hande ngulamu wondudo hande si pulla Qur'ani goddo Qur'ani pullo do dila ngulamu ko woni gonga sabu se alani from minister, from the president, from the vice president, therefore people pull the salary, the secretary general of the civil service, for people pull. Salary, secretary to cabinet, for people pull. Salary, director of SIS in the Gambia, for people pull. You won't have them to consider under hande. We tam na the luabe, wabe, tangue hande we are for what they galegi do, for people. So when you need more under attack for office of the president want me, for me what some advice on political affairs of this country, for me pick the pulo, go on huloto. The haki don't will little gandhi lady on wow on willing the hande a year so long amen. What do you want to go? So Larry handed hike police. So Larry handed police. Leaders don't want the police. You know why I go to the Kojalu under attack? Kobe yes or the beat the full bed, won't take a police. So when I want them to be tribalism, go what do you go to Halnan? Sineto Adaranaki, Musikoma, Kohombo Darantora. Minem ni viani yo on bonu luwa ni
Okay, mbali ngala baraka bake mbal kontona yurikala bantaba. It's very late here in the UK. It's past 11 right now. It's a very unusual time for me to come to Bantaba. But and as such, obviously we're all this day period of mourning. The Lord Mayor of KMC, Taliban, should have lost his father. Mayor Alongo was a great son of the land, former permanent secretary in the PPP administration. So we're going to be at the level of the UDP. So we took time off from Bantaba to, my colleague Mealongo is a senior member of the party, just like Ngakenyami and UDP Online Bantaba. If our people are brave, we show respect. Kept myself away from the platform. So what I had Kibar Jamale Bembulokono, but Nkofoni ya body ya sutura. Be work at a Somanda, go I didn't have programs in Bantaba. Plaza understand Wanyama. Nini mobe doko wala sunuta, suno mobile nyantaka share, dol UDP be wala nyama and wala nyantakela. So me ala family be kondono sangola, nala ndeko molbe duakele individually. People extended their condolences. Ala mane maninka forgala talai, anin tala tomal de, dunia ka imbena to lunta yalla jam. Momola wato shita rek, mbeka zele batalma dukundula. Mel tata ala mela lakira se fires fisele duniati dunia nak wala na dunia mo domandon suleti na domandon rek because nara lunta yalla jang. So nalba jibela, this is a very odd time for me to come to Bantaba coming off alinyami. The mother follow the new at this time. I was so busy this evening. I just literally had time to check Facebook. And I saw Tunko tag me to a video that Saihou Mballow, the Diamkang in Fula. Unfortunately, Manfula Kaumai. But Hani Manfula Kaumai, you could still have a fair degree of what Saihou Mballow was saying, because I started like for vice president, president, or secretary general Fululu. So after the nata Naje Omar Wale translate Tunko Kaba translator and Tunko Fula Kaumai. But you don't even have to understand Fula to literally understand what Saihou Mballow was saying on that video. This is one of the biggest tribal remarks meant for the Gambia from a senior member of government. Okay. Yaya Jame, yes. Then I remember any senior member affiliated with APRC. Tungo Malekam calling number Jamala. Let me check. I want to have you here. Malekam calling number Jamala. Are you calling me on the second number? Because I'm using my main number for TikTok. So Niare call can the other number isn't call no water, but phone on your for it. Let me just check. Let me just check now. So Tungo, you can try that number again. I didn't see any call on it. Najib. Oh. Not call about us. No. 9th of August. Okay, Tungo, you can try me again on the other number. I'm going to start label it because the main number that probably you have, what about TikTok? Okay? You call them. What do you mean? I don't understand. Tungo, I don't understand. You call them. More understand what you mean by that. Let Tungo, call me on this number. So let's crack on because it's getting late. Not second number. I told you the other time to save it. Malum say call now whatever. But try and save that one because I'm going to use for calls now. I don't use the other one for calls. Please. Ninge call all sign. But Tungo. Let's see. I think I should have your number here. Let's see. I did call you, but Nimbuka call logs all be keep. I can delete like I'll call logs all delete la Tungo. That's the it's now this is now going to let's see. But I give you 5 number fund in the album. No, I'm not funding. Okay, Alimbala, Tunko, I have to go out of this and call again. But this time, when you call, please save this number because now I have to share this one. I have to share Ilan number on this other one. I am able to call you. Ninge call ala because Mbala ya save ya my please because you didn't save it. I have to get out of TikTok now on that. Guys, Alimbad Ibrahim Tungo Marina. Okay, let me share your number with this one, with this other phone that I have, so that I can be able to call you. Ninda bara banda ba nyim phone mboga use ko tengi. I don't use it because I cannot handle 2 phones. Okay. Okay, tungo sam anatale mbe call ala sai. Mbe call but ninge call ala dukare safe. Yeah. Oh, okay, guys, I'm calling Tungo. I'll call after the but yeah. Tungo, dukare any number safe sai amai. Yeah, I'm going to do me a favor. You're safe. Yeah. You know. I can just say who to right so that you can. Yeah, number full of them already. I'm gonna save it. You don't go to use back as I'm bandaba. So call. I'm gonna save it immediately. Yeah, Saihou. Coming call it Taria drong. Memo be contona. Abaraka. Saihou Mballow. I kumale fobi. Me yalong amanyan na tarla fambulu bi. Yeah. Saihou Mballow bi amanyan na tarla fambulu bi. Adu momo be mansa kunda do kola. Fomu fulale tibang fomu sidole tibang. Inyanta ikijo nyante faralale adu inyanta fana silala bake famla. So Tungo, has he technically called Adam Barrow a fula? Saihou Mballow Adam Barrow kumandi fulolela. O Saihou Mballow ko fulole ne ko akoye mansa kunda membe siri nyim banko kambi. Ni fulo man fisia menti Oh my God. Okay, madam, tungo gal kwela volume is low, but I don't know. I think my okay. No, my phone is at the maximum, guys. I cannot do the volume better than this.
Let people comment and you see.
No, you are very loud. I think Sergio Alala Funo check. Okay. I think you are very loud because it's late. Also, I have to be cognizant. It's past 11. I cannot just put the volume so loud. It's so good. But it is in default. It's so loud for me. So I don't know why they are not getting you.
That's fine.
No, ibela volume ole fo kafula rek. Ila telephone ole volume ole kafula. The volume is okay. Ngana alla funo lom. Imagine doko go. The volume is very loud and clear. So alla funo check. Tungo, go ahead. It should be loud.
Okay. Saihou Mballow ni mfulol melbe bengla teng akwene be mansakunda membe siri nyimbanko kambi. Sembo membe nyimbanko kambi komi mansakunda membe jambi akweni fulo manfisi amenti mo manfisi afulati jam. Akwe kabo president la. Vice President, Cabinet Fenko Atondi, Secretary General and Head of Civil Service, Secretary to the Cabinet, SIS, Akwe Abem Floyd.
Wow.
Akwe Albemone Silala. Akwe Mo Nimela Mo Fasa, Itabe Jumale Fasala.
Okay.
So akwe ko komi nyimbanko ni nata na gibe fan hani luala fanalla full le bije.
Okay.
Kata fu police kundali be komi palasi kumali jang ye dawda konkon full le bije.
Well, guys, I think Tungo Fabe area mentolomba. The network is gone kaput.
Okay, wait, menna bedroom okono. Let me see alternative.
No, you're good. You're good now. You're good.
Yeah. I'm good. They're hearing me, Cody.
Yeah, maybe it's not even your network. Maybe it could be this network. So go ahead.
Okay, Tamuele.
Tungo. Go ahead.
When Nalia Gibe, Secretary to the Cabinet, full of Dinglo. Nal Natana Gibe Fana, SIS, la director.
Ngamola SIS follow. Vice President for the follow.
Seku kanyum follow with confidence and anger. Committee come on a Silanium Banco Kang, Secretary General found member Jang, full of Dinglo. SIS Jang, full of Dinglo.
Jumalo Secretary General design.
I don't know. Okay.
Yo
bondile dole kejere. I don't know. I don't just know. So akawale fonyile sa koy alkamune sila naltella yalonko adon lebenyum palasol peto sa altel kamune sila. Nal man fisiamenti mo man fisialti jang. Ntemem fanka diamu ntemem ka president fon yamari. Political la fanala ko ente famu fulolete sila tel kamunesi la comme tel sifal be loring al tel nyata tel kamunesi so Saihou Mballow kuma fo bi ay kido fana bake mamira politician fana nenyi tinyar kansi
yalon tungo nde kukiri nde jahar imagine nim manding ko official ole nyim fonon what would be the reaction on social media today
Saihou ni mandinka ne mandinka official ole nyimfonte tombi
ako president of mandingo the vice president of mandingo the secretary of mandingo a mandinka person has said today by now there would have been a lot of Facebook lives, TikTok lives going again. You see, this is what I don't understand in this country. The level of hypocrisy in this country is over the top. Ajaratu Yamsek went to Nyani and said Badia Fasa. That very day, these people went on their timelines. They attacked UDP. But Saihou Mballow has said this hours ago, a couple of hours ago. How many people are reacting?
Okay, and then ni aji yamuseka gibe ukadiamu menna fasa la sembete wala koti. Manin kol ko nibe tambila korda bundala iko ni dindewe kumandi Nidin no ye kumanda ko kariye dan kuma ayen diro foye.
Yeah.
Iko kana bay ikana bula no akorda nyin kono kana bay kana bay yedunga no akorda kono. Kate menende. Ate menende. Mo membe korda kono wala
Tungo ya nego. Yeah.
People have to be patient. Benna bedroom wala kono.
Yeah, but I'm there was a blip. Go ahead.
Yeah, hold on. My internet or switch onto another network.
Maybe it could also be my phone. Not your second phone or maybe all of the other internet is very stable. But maybe this one is.
Could be. It could be. Sekumbalo ko akom mote fulol silandi nole telinyala bitelieta.
Yeah, it got sakile draw malo why. I don't know.
Okay. Nko sekumbalo ko akom mote fulol silandi telinyala bitelieta lo.
But Mama understand why bring fuller issue here? Why bring fuller issue? And you know what? Fatou Babaro was just recently here attending Tibetal Pulago thing, and these people are promoting this fuller hegemony. Therefore, people think that it is tribalism, but this is really sickening. You understand? Yaya Jammeh, as bad as he was, he never directly did some of these things and spoke about it the way Barobal. Let's be fair. Sadauda Karabajawara Mandingolom, he never did this. Baro is causing a lot of tribal divide in this country. And you know what? This is why I get agitated when I see some idiots on the social media. In fact, I will have a separate program. There was one lady today, Sobeya Lady Lom, program Kataka Alaji Usenu Dabo demean, desperate. No matter what candidate UDP take, I don't trust UDP. And they would see this sort of nasty politics. It is but they will have a go at UDP. This is what is sickening. Go. Tungo, Sayala Benjamin, Ning Membekela AK. This is what they will not vote UDP. Let us not be in government, but Angani Yabate stop. Tribal nonsense has to stop in that country. And you would not see some of these people condemn Saihou Mballow, but if a Mandinka official was saying, look, when attack made that travel comment here, they came after the Mandinkas, some of these people. But today, how many of them will go ahead? There was one fuller guy who just insulted the whole Mandinka nation on TikTok. How many people came out to condemn that guy? These people who were condemning Ziggy, because Ziggy can Mandinka promote. Yeah, understand? Yeah, they bring Ziggy after they went after Ziggy. But they did not condemn this guy, because the guy has insulted the Mandinka. Saihou now is trying to promote fuller hegemony in the country. You will not see the general condemnation from some people. They have so dislike and they don't like UDP. The level of hypocrisy in this country is too much. You understand it? Saihou Mballow is a bigot. He's a tribal bigot, because I will not even say allegedly. He's a bigot. We should all call him a bigot, Tungo. This guy is a bigot. He's a tribal bigot. You cannot come out and say President is a fuller, Vice President is a fuller, National Security Advisor is a fuller. So what has fuller got to do with our administration? What has tribe got to do with our administration, Tungo?
Okay. Yalon kawle foye mkoeko, ngamem foye mkoeko. Nibe tambila korda bundala dinding be sirin korda to keba bae kila yeneng atemeneng. Ko sekula nyama toya seku ye menke mona na moke gambia seku fana nene ma jole kepi.
Yeah.
Seku ye nene ma jole kepi. Seku ye manya menke bi gambia mona na fana ma nyonke bi. Ko sekula seku knows what he wants. Seku ya lonka be mona ke kam fana. Aya long akadiamu adama barole toyala adun kute nola kamem foteng because Saihou Mballow ya lon ko katiko adama baro manke fulati de Saihou Mballow yo lonne bari Saihou Mballow fan kamem fala video fan kuntale nyinte Saihou Mballow fan ka fo enne ko hani mansa kundato alla palasi nyaton ko mel faul bije wol faul la musol mu fulol leti koma diŋol lebe futuri waliye
Okay, Tungo, interject Yala, you keep saying this, Tungo. Yala, you say Mballow attack out of few days ago. Sidinjai was at a fulola program water. A kofulo ko Adama Mufuloleti. Sidinjai. Molio ignore. Malam voice Sidinjai la diamo moile.
No, I did not hear from him.
He said it. He said it. Yala membe caring. Baro is condoning all this because Baba Lile following him for jang. Baro man na publicly I condemn. So Saihou Mballow say it. What game is Baro? Because ngalon ne ko political be caring. Baro la fita fulo la carte wala sotala. Fine, he can get that. Ala fita fulo la carte, he can get that. I care less. He can get all the full votes if he want. Yeah. I don't mind. Let him get that. But let Baro and his people, Tungo, just listen to me. Let's have a conversation. Let Baro stop this tribal nonsense in the country. If the whole Fuller nation, there are sober-minded Fullers who are not going to fall into this nonsense. This is not all about Fullers. This is, in fact, I have no problem with Fullers. I have problem with Saihou Mballow and Adam. But Fullers have nothing to do with this. Let's make it clear. And Fullers are decent people. It's just Baro using Fullers to his advantage. And Saihou Mballow and Umbadi Fulol Manyana Sona expect a lot of Fullers to come out and condemn this thing. Wallahi, by tomorrow, day after, Fulol Nyanta Funtule audio condemn Saihou Mballow and condemn. You know, in that condemn. So
last year, I had a conversation with you. Baro was caught in a conversation. You know, I told you that, isn't it? I don't want to lament more on that, but within a week or so, Baro Funtida Jara Soma, Ako Ntemu Manding quality, Usino Dabola Manikaya Mantarante Nyato, but Manika started will melt baby jam, bidding in black card or phone in black card or Manicol Mason card or file and a Fobaroma of Foba.
Baro for yes.
Okay, but enough when where Baro, I will just say allegedly, let me use that term here. Ko Baro menfo Baro ko Maninkaya fasa tatina atiala prese efenko atondi la kotake. Ayala mansaya taya put on the lifeline. Come ni Maninkaya fasa alemo, he will not put his mansaya on stake. Promoting Maninkaya ni wale ba fonda fondi la mansaya ala den at a fall lala. Because at a manding call taya all lonne. But at a Maninkaya fasa ala pura at la mansaya. So Barobe menke kanta ala mansaya ala longevity, that is what Baro is after. Baro Saihou Mballow yalo no ko Baro manke manding manke fulati. Tungo, to be honest,
Tungo, I don't care what tribe Baro is. I don't give a hook. No, I don't understand. You know what? Let Baro be a super fuller or a super mandinga. Saihou said, I don't give a toss about who Baro is. Ala sio mante interest fam. You know?
See how I condemn tribalism. Saihou ngele wato wate nente shiku moyi akan kido farale. Bari ngili kanyim men foteng Saihou Mballow yalo na nimbaro wuluta jimara la alon ko Baro manke fulati Baro mbandi ko tayo lonne. Sidin jay yalon ko Baro manke fulati Baro mbandi ko di. Momo kafu Baro mu fuloti tamam Baro be malon. Ntel mele Baro long sangi jama komanto ntel yalon ko Baro mu mbandi ko leti. Adunde Baro long fula kordale kono. Bari ngalon tumo mene ka fole ko ko bibbe seppe. Ika wala fama. Ngalo fula kordale kono adungana adoma bele longe when we were all going to school. Adoma be fula kordale kono be fulo le bulu bari I know Baro kana gele kamanika kamole fo. Ani Baro kamanika kamole fo adu fo kono fula kordale bari ya lonko Baro manding konti.
Tungo, but this is you know what? Tungo, this is Tungo, hold on, so don't direct. Because it can emphasize then Tungo right now is immaterial because Baro is hearing all these people. Hold on. Baro is hearing all these people. Baro for political expediency. I am putting the blame on Baro and Saihou Mballow ko Baro mo fuloliti. Yes, Baro mo fuloliti. Because Baro today he's the commander in Kiev. As a Saihou Mballow commander of Ko, Malavieta platform color cannot thrive for. Birim Baba Liaka Amake because he's enjoying this confusion between Fullers and Mandinka. Fullers say, oh, Baro mentality, Mandinka Bafula. Let us not even focus on his tribe. You understand? Because Baro is playing dangerous card here. You understand? Barrow is playing dangerous politics Gambian. Barrow is just dividing the country. Because Saihou Mballow ni Barrow kasi tablo kan. I tell you, Saihou Mballow apply. Ngo Sidinjaya, the same remarks left for just about a week or go ago. Tungo, two of your senior advisors are saying the same thing, but you are there quiet. So what are we going to say? So ni mo ko Barrow mo fulo di, we cannot blame them. Ni la point understanding ko ite Barrow lo ne.
Maybe kuma killing Jalom Barrow is trying to hold a multiple advantage, on himself here. Because community Ninja Molmen Kafoko Barrow Manka Manika the full of being Tumo follow what you take Kelele. Kafueta Maria Mankande Barrow. It's a probably a can be Kella. Something I long Manika Cordaco, no they are long full of Cordale, but it are Manika long.
Okay, Tungo, let me address. Tungo, hold on. Let me address Momodu Ndur Sabali. Yalong Gambian alinga nyo bunya nyo horoma. Tungo, sorry, I am the moderator of this program. Ndelenata Live. You don't tell me how I should run my show. I cannot just leave Tungo just to be talking. We should have a conversation. Tungo is not here to have a monologue. So if Mr. Sabali, with due respect, if you are not happy with the way I'm moderating my program, can you kindly exit the show? Okay? Alinga nyo bunya wa nyo respect. When you are running your show, I'm not going to tell you how you're going to run your show. You cannot be rude to me. Saihou, you should listen and stop interjecting. That's very rude. Even if you have said, Saihou, please, then Bajelako, you respect me. Alinga nyo bunya Gambianolu. Muna nentul Gambianolu mbuka respect samba kuokono. You can tell me, Saihou, please, can you stop it there? But you are even giving me instruction as if you are my father. Alinga decorum sort of way. Ndemo kebale tinkana timeline nata 11 o'clock. 8 months live. Ndetara live. I'm discussing this. Not to go out. We're having a conversation. You're being rude to me, telling me stop interjecting. When will we have etiquette? When will we have manners? Alinga P word or use. Nibe diamla mo ikafa in a please. Thank you. Tungo continue.
Yeah, it's like Saihou Barrow is enjoying this coming. He knows, it's like tribe is. You know how I hate tribalism. You very well know that. You are one person who has private conversations about me on tribalism.
Yeah.
I will call you out and I will delete your audio.
Yeah.
I don't like it. You know how much I hate tribalism.
Yeah.
But Baroya Loneko, I am Maninkaya Sotole. I was Sotole. I don't Melba Kum Alkalin Misal Fabu Sanangolu.
Yeah.
Sundu Ture Kotamolo Manin call Mel Beba Noma Melia Farasindi Abondi UDP.
Yeah.
Itata ya Londa Faye. Will be convinced 100% for Baromo Mandin quality. Because it could be Barola Tafolo New York. Tata Gay. Biriwo Mandin call Mel Nata Gibes J Abume Bemu Mandin quality. I can name them. Biriwo Natana Gibe. Biriko inabe group Natalo Tala. He refused. Akobiko nani ya group Natalo Ta. Molba Fala Command called them now Lebanon because the gold Bemu Mandin quality. One was still Ahmed Gitan your Tata J Fabu Yolu Yeta.
Tungo no love menge. Tungo, to be honest, I think no, hold on. I don't want to interview, but to love for the purpose of this program, let's focus on the condemnation of Saihou Mballow. I don't want us to draw the program into whether he's a Mandingo or not. To me, woman can.
Saihou Mballow being for confidence like the full mel market Gambia because this is not even about full in the Gambia the water day.
Yeah.
Melia lonko Gambia la banku di ya table but the silaring was silo membe all dale kaw silo le bol dala.
Yeah.
O se ko bi banko kan jam ni prime minister la deputy lota. Wala la advice lota ko se ko ite mo fon di be England jam. Ita mo ne sila jam to abol ya. Ayo foi. Akwa ebe mwana sila la mwana mu foi malon kon nte mbama abuta Gambia le mbama mu mandi kolde o mbama mu jaram quality ita mwana sila se ko ibe sila la ba
I just want you to carry on.
The next person to mansa me alonko janga kana prime minister ka lafta jela nyameng anaka diamo they speak in the same language, they sit and dine and do everything ikakulo okwete se ko kanyi mona sila nyimbanko kajam abe dampan kuto wala falin dilela imaje biray diamo tia akofta ko Saihou Mballow ko hani judiciary police anyaton ko be
judiciary fana involved ba ko fana fulo lebe ngama be chief justice ni la Azan Jallow abe wala
he said it all chief justice ni justice minister be
ha Jawda Jallow mu fulo leti but yalo ni ya Saihou Mballow la kumo jibe tunko kumola me ala manyana fola as an official because he's causing tribal division but akabe mem fo kon tonyalo right am fani avo anunde meta nyim fola banta bale Barrow is promoting full hegemony in the country yeah
abe mem fo kan tonyalo de comme o structural chankoning positions ni wo mu tonyal ta kanam fo mu tonyal
yes
okay but saying ningim be sotota yenyo fo moye me ya lon ko be silaring sayen gambela politiko nente ndabula gembe mu consequence le face la inata na lo enyum fae ngil benyim bela ten ibe hanyindi la banko kanyameng membati nete silala because ya lon ko bulte mala mola
but tungo let allow me to ask questions tungo you abemun crowd le address ka what was happening what occasion was this
nyimujine and full leti
Mindo Gambia
nyimujine and full leti because itano mansa jankunda bashe damento ya lon ko full le jelo mansa jambal de nyol le olo sangi keme maybe full up saba komanto itano bashe ko ba kunda o jaw kunda ko mel bije itano kudang eta sabal kunda me alon ko sate o Dr. Sabal ngel la mol le olo to lo regardless of la contonsiate dije itano to full tara to ka fo le kana sila jam we are not even
no tungo let's not be okay tungo I think I want this conversation to go in a direction me alon go we will be doing a lot of inquests and not put assumptions because ntebe nyini ngam nima answer nyilon just tell me you don't know
specifically
so are you 100 tungo are you 100% sure he was addressing Guinean foolers or you are just assuming
Saihou, I am not assuming these are not Gambian foolers.
Okay, no, I'm just asking question because I don't know.
I am not assuming these are not Gambian foolers. You'll manke Gambian foolty.
But what? Okay, tungo ni listen. Let. No. Tungo, I don't agree with you. Hold on. I will tell you why. I will not agree with you on that, and I will tell you why. Birim Barrow lota ko NPP nkoli alkana sila ndolebe mansakunda. He was addressing Gambian people.
Matu. Yala Mballow Gambian people address ka woto womu different tribes leti. Ikana woni Saihou Mballow la nyilla.
No, imanna tungo ninga nyola moire. Tungo hold on. Ninga nyola moire me nyona sen. I'm looking at the logic of reasoning. Ikafo damenko ninyunu manke Gambian ninyunu manga Barrow nyimba fola Gambia flowing alkamone sila. Nkafo ine dronko. This government, they are so irresponsible ibuke dia munyalom because Adama Barrow stood ako NPP nkoleko alkana sila. So in the same way, Saihou Mballow can even address Gambian foolers ako alkana sila. So kafo dronko ndeman jeleta.
Ani iman kilinde. Ate Guinean fool ate Gambian fool address la thing. Because more medbe diamu kang ibe yin carte cool fo kan Guinea fool le ko kafo ko ka Guinea fool le register. Ike dabula na carte fauto Saihou Mballow be prepare ka wala kama. This is what you need to understand here. Barrow for UNPP dimule o mo sisio bele moti. Man ninka fula surwa jola sarakule o bele be o kono. Bari ngindo Saihou Mballow be samale sikang abe he is preparing for tomorrow. You understand? Kai tan bi la because mo ka fu jande ko mo te carte o fayla nyim banko kam même manke Gambia diwdi. Linge je line auto jambi fundinda parce que ite yem banko yente nka men fo ye man sakunda la nyaton ka bajang ay kumo fonte ya ko nye kamune sila nyimbanko kan janse ay kayto dintala nta be sila la kayto tamandira nyimbanko kan no yin ko niyamma ma sibole be tarle te fa yoto se kumbalo ko nyile na alkana sila akoye ntel bebi jadne alkana sila akoye mo ni me badi on fasa fo nyanta jumale fasa la
okay, need am that you pause then you allow me say I think
inyanta jumale fasa la alla mansa kunda al diun la mansa kunda wala be wala tiro be mal kanyimbanko kampi yeseko ifana nyame fo wala garawta baro fonta titi mawlon
are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what is Yalong when I ask questions, I don't like to deal with assumptions. So esa jawla in a question answer I'm happy. Sislako Guinea full meeting. It quite Guinea full, but I see a comment on Facebook. Man, esa jawla really convinced me they are Guinean foolers, and this is what I was because take occasion. Esa jawla ko they are Guinean foolers. The program is immigration officers sensitization talk about alien cards. Bingo! This answered the question. So now I can understand that he's addressing because Ninyi mantra killing on what account would Saihou Mballow gather Guinean followers to get addressed? And I was trying to figure out what money the cake now it is makes sense to me. Alien card co-abigel. So this is what I was looking for. Now we are all on the same page. Yalong program on Nimbakela, let's try to just deal with more understand where this whole thing is. That's what I'm trying to bring insight to people to understand. So now somebody have answered the question. So yes, he was addressing Guinean followers and telling them Alkana Sila, President of Loyalty or whatever, Alkana worry. So saying Tungo, that makes logic to me. You understand? So this is what I was looking for. But and Tukulor Sifon and your comment Kejanko, Tukulor, you see, the problem is we are not losing, I don't agree Tukulor, we are losing track by focusing on other things that I'm focusing on other things. No, I don't think we are focusing. Look, Tukulor, this man is paid by the taxpayers' money. He's made a tribal remark, and it should be condemned by everybody. We should all condemn it. Look, an official of the country cannot come out and authoritatively say the president is a fool, the vice president is a fool, the security officers are fool, the judiciary are fool. That comment should not slide. That should be condemned dead on. We should all come together, and I expect the fuller people on social media to even take the lead on this and say, just like when Yaya Jammeh attacked Mandinkas, we are in the struggle. We came out, all of us. Sigajanya and others all made a video and condemned it. We didn't lose track then. And that condemnation worked in our favor. It united us. So this is my thing. We should not trivialize this. Okay? This is why I had to come this night, because this is coming to Ngoy. This is I have never seen any official who spoke in such an irresponsible manner like Saihou Mballow. Just like the other time when Ajiyam Sek said Badia Fasa, the likes of Musa Jeng, Bankamani, that very evening they went on their timelines condemning Ajiyam. But today they are all quiet because Banka is supporting Barrow. Banka is supporting Barrow government. The people who were in the struggle.
I'm coming. Can I blame for maybe how long? I am here for comment or most people can speak the full account.
Omar Wale interpreted. Omar Wale la Warlord is there. Omar Wale translated it. They would have seen it.
They will pick it up from there. In a very aggressive.
Tukuro, you have to come on. Tukuro, you have to come on through. Tukuro, you have to come on through TikTok. I cannot take you on the call. Tukulor is calling me. Tukulor, you cannot call me through this. I'm on TikTok with that number. You have to join through TikTok.
Yeah, if I maybe I don't know.
Your number 4 die. If I your number 4 die.
Motita basi santosu ikavo Tukulor la korda mole alkana sila nyimpanko kanya. Because it you will not say it. Because when you follow leti it la origin wala la origin dictator tijang. So but niaje seku benyum fola seku nyol bengi prepare kane be hanyim de kane immigration officers in the name of alien card sensitization.
Okay, Tukulor, I apologize. Apologize. And now let me make this clear. Some people think I interject. I had to interject because when we stop talking, Nimantungo interject, Tungo is not going to stop. Tungo will just carry on. You understand? So I have to interject because if you don't Mballow what all of us are making Tungo Ninga dia must stop. Therefore, Ninga dia must stop. Okay, so when Nimoka stop. Then Imari finance have okay number. But when we start talking, all of us, it's in our DNA, Gambian all in general, we don't stop. So I understand that sometimes this is why I have to interject. Okay. So this is my thing because Tukulor see from a comment left he now misconstrued. Like I was responding to where Tunko was going. I was actually saying we need to focus on what Saihou did instead, dwelling on other issues. So Tukulor, apologies to you then. Nila comment totally out of context. But Ning Tungo Pareda, you can call me on the other number. Yeah, I understand.
And I hope Tukulori Lamoy Saihou Mballow lale and I am well contact
Tukulore Fulaka Moeda. Tukulore Fulaka Moeda.
Yeah, Fulaka Moeda.
Imagine Gonde Nde Jobate just no Nde Jobate la condemnation among surprise. Nde Jobate is very consistent. Nde Jobate Gonde Jobate just come.
Tukulor, I guess you should come up and then Saihou Mballow for I think kuma kilinti yeme yalonko asauntan tulola akafo nyamen kamwe wala nyama kendeke so seku yemen fo bi Saihou Mballow kuma danjaro sirim bala fo seku ye I fitinole da yele banko nyinkande fitinole da yele adun Gambia mbitaka nyamen ntama mira mbitaka nyama sinsila fila labannola because moka wuli doronga e domoro ka kono e fa ay Michael ta kebaba akatara diamu lala buka fandandino osila nyawaratalde.
Okay, Tungo, can I interject, Tungo? Can I interject? I have to.
I'm dropping now.
Okay, wrap up. You can stay, but I have to also be reading the comments. Some people are commenting here, like Taib.
Yeah, Tukurol can come. Tukurol sinan mode. I need to drop now.
Okay. New number four.
Okay.
To glory. Okay, thank you, Tunko, for that translation. We really appreciate it. Taib Saho, no problem. If this was said by a UDP follower, not even an official, social media would have been on meltdown now. And this is the hypocrisy that I'm saying. Wallahi, an executive member of UDP, if this was a UDP government, for example, and an advisor in UDP government comes out and say, Bausino Dawa is a Mandinka, the vice president is a Mandinka, the head of the judicial Mandinka. Hey, by now, Facebook will be on fire. They will all be coming on their Facebook lives. But just tomorrow they will be half-hearted reactions to this. This country is in a serious problem. But this is very sad. Saihou Mballow be hanila kanyinke, and I want to talk to Gambian tribes because Alinkana fall for this trap. Because nimbemo politicality, itole nyina miracle, ninga follow la vote soto, ngani sido la vote soto, so we'll win the election. Nimbe pour election like can see all the last year in tribal rhetoric monster. Saihou Mballow just Sidinjai went on Freedom Radio, so West Coast Radio. I come over for UDP, injected ako UDP got militia, me alonko. Ika follow the attack. Follow the name is always coming up. And this is very sad. Jamela time, this wasn't happening. Follow the names are not coming up. Alam why? Jamela time, do we hear all this talk about fullers? And what has changed? So, Saihou Mballow mentioned fullers, he mentioned Suruwalu, Jolal, and Sarahole. 4 tribes, a commanding list from registration. That was very strategic to try to create a wedge between UDP, because they think in their stupid world, in their bigotry world, UDP is a Mandinka patriotic. Yes, I will put it that way. In their bigotry world, they think UDP is a Mandinka, and it will never go away. Let's live up with this. These people will never, even if they wouldn't say it to you, download, they talk among themselves, they see UDP in their bigotry world, because anybody thinking that world, you're living in a world of bigotry. You're not living in a normal world. In their bigotry world, they see UDP as a Mandinka party. All right? So this is the game that they are playing. all of a sudden, Saihou Mballow just came and said this, addressing Guinean fullers, according to Esa Jawla and Sisla and Tungo. Occasion Guinean fullers will Alkana Sila, because the president, in his words, President Fuloleti, Vice President Hassan Mohamed B.S. Jallo, true, these are facts, though. What I meant for, the Dawda Jallo is a fuller, the Chief Justice is a fuller, the SIS Sow is a fuller. In fact, Usman Ba, who was deceitful and the minister responsible for digital infrastructure, he's been reappointed now as an advisor. Malawi to Roli Aboni America, the man who was the digital infrastructure minister. I got information that he's reappointed. So I say Mballow for Tony, but what is the point in saying this? But he's trying to get the fuller votes. Electoral like an see. And these people, they know African politics, Gambian politics, Gambia politics, tribalism dunta jele already. Wala na ni mol kata for tribalism and Gambia politics kono. So this is the thing. This is a very precarious situation that UDP is in, and we have to live up with it. UDP is a diverse political party. Even they see all sort of tribes in UDP. Okay, mbadanga tukulor sita. Tukulor si. Bimbe kandiri ni kema bendala denu mba tulole fanyankala jana ita boy nyamo kono.
Happy birthday.
Juma wish happy birthday la. Ma kala muta fam gay birthday la soto fam. Bari momen buka diamo moli ni moli akola buka mola call sika. Kabera o kalanta ya diamo ke aborda molla. But anyway, Ibrahim Silla, happy birthday to you.
Bari mbato mko mosa ni recording yeno ban ko Saihou said they wish you happy birthday Ibrahim on his planet. So bari billahi Saihou said ni mo apologize ngani ken du bitala mbe ko le sapere na Facebook. Actually what I was saying the comments cafe nkolo ko yalo do bi yenin ko keta ntol Gambian we have that tendency to divert from the issue because right now thing after abokolo ko struggle wato you don't have to make up stories about Yaya. There is enough evidence to go after Yaya. Saihou Mballow minketing nama mintini utete man Gambia kanu. We need to focus. Let us not, because what I fear the most when we go analyzing something, stay with the facts and stay on the issue. Because Saihou Mballow in Mpoja Adama Barrow, you are arbiter at the 2020 and MB Kurubali Ninka, Kumadi Ninka. They were going, if you can put that they were going everywhere, telling people so. They gave a voters card. Okay? They get
okay. Maybe not.
So sign, he was saying that UDP is tribalist. So sign was so this is something the same hypocrite who campaign on that issue in Basse are the same people that are coming. So anybody who sees the system of what you don't know, let me tell you something. In tribalism, you're not in Gambia and people are thinking it's a joke. We need to get up and say something and do something about it. And the Gambia police force, it will mean I'm going to not call minty. If I'm steering it, then they need to tell Saihou Mballow. They need to bring him in for questioning and say, why are you saying this? Why are you...
No, you know they will not. You know that.
Why are you campaigning on tribal sentiment here? You know? So this is very serious. Let's call us all. Please. I cannot go into other things because Nadiaki, they are going to record you. Let's focus on the bad things Saihou Mballow here.
Yeah, wala nango tungo nga focus Saihou Mballow la kuma kankang. Whether Baromo fulo to mandinga to omante intere. Yeah.
I actually get agitated about that stuff because what is that putting in my bank account? Nothing. So it doesn't matter. And sometimes we'll go like a travel report to like a amplify. So right now let's focus on Saihou Mballow.
But to glory debe diamu ganjang ikasele TikTok fana. Ta TikTok ma mari ngay drop jam. Mari ngay drop jam. Ta TikTok tugulor.
Drop TikTok to karembonda ala man tala TikTok.
Okay, mari ngay drop odo.
Drop TikTok.
Okay.
Tell up the Gambian all. Let's focus. Say we say the limbe to 10. Ali matulungo bula. Adama baro di longa ngatia singing Gambia kiranta. The more adonna sate de kala ya jabe ni adama baro di botanda. When it comes to tribalism. If anybody doesn't believe me, because ya jabe never manding koleka. Ya jabe like I will bury them 7 foot. But adama baro ye Gambia be la dabe bulandi yoko. And people keep on saying, this started with Yajan. Yeah, they may focus on one side. But Adama Barole Kata, what Adama Barola Benkoning, ala profile on you, all this nonsense they are talking about. I'm important Siso. I was part of the media team for his campaign. I'm important Siso did send me his profile. And then Nita coalition 2016 la page. Adama Fulaya Mambona profile. So this is all because you ask us, they want to make sure that they keep it solid in their corner.
Yeah.
Again, what they're doing is they're mongering. So what needs to happen? People on the ground, Aliamol means on the ground. Alnyanta will let you URL, Alia Boyoko. Say Mballow Menke and Tortakela. Let the Katela Nawaya. Tinala Matiel Bonino, because you are but this is how they do the fear mongering. The people from Kutajalo who have registered, who are not Gambian, will back on the side, this is very serious. Politics, we can do politics, but this is dirty politics. Let's focus on what Saihou Mballow did. Let's not divert. So take all the point on Sabero Konoko. Please, let's stay on what Saihou Mballow did. Nintunda Kudo Kono drunk, but it's Saihou Mballow a message. I have only a nyani. You actually EDP. Yeah, I'm gonna write about this. But I will write about this. Exactly. The tribal rhetoric he's doing is the same thing he accused UDP of during the elections in 2021. I'm really pissed off about it.
Thank you, Tugro. I'm very happy that you and Jobade have joined the call to condemn this bigotry remarks by Saihou Mballow. Abarakabake, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, literally I started a program and Tunko joining, and I was having a conversation with him. It's all good. But I'm really irate about this. It is very scary the direction our country is taking under the leadership of this very divisive government. And yajele menkan kamfandi ko fo be kono. Nyembe ke kam barola mol ka menke UDP la official ol bukaki. But they put UDP ikonto like a tribalism promote. Mama jabi fundita janne, mama kalabante jabi, kununko a UDP beneng. Nga fotida bobo kijara fundita ka yamari, ka diamu jahankoli, ye diamu mama jabi. Alright. Mama jabi UDP beneng. Police ma commandila. And a contempt of court like, because that court proceeding is on. If you let Mr. Sanyang arrest, yes, I'm not going to go into that. I kumol memfo jede serious. Yes, wala nante bandabology. But near Sanyang arrest, what a nyanta mama jabi for arrest lari. But animal family be banko kang. One rule for one rule for another. Mama jabi nyanta arrest lari. You understand? Saihou Mballow nyanta arrest lari. But it mala. When you are NPP, you are above the law. But men can disappoint fanang. Maybe telling in the amote from Falina J. Yaje Ningatara no mandinka dingole nyimfo. Alimbalalde. Mbafolalede. I'm going to be blunt about this. Okay? Ningatara no mandinka official nyimfo. Ningatara no UDP lebe mansakunda mandinka official on Facebook be malalalebi. You will see all these tribes coming. But just 2 days ago, I saw a Ziggy Walla program kekam. Full boy dole mandinkul beneng. Like nendir man ente from a big video on TikTok, I couldn't even finish listening because then nendir ombuka lama back. Kamandinka shio beneng. But I don't think there was universal condemnation. So ikamandingol model like a punching bag in the country. But the rest will have a muted reaction to it. If a day but they all come up and gang up. This is such situation we are in, and it is a fact. We have to call a spade a spade. And this is even showing in our politics. You see how some of these so-called opposition elements, they go on platforms. Today I was on a platform with Gomsa Bopa. I was working. Today I work from home. Normally sometimes I listen, I don't join. Because sometimes you just have to listen to learn from others. Na sister dole diamtaji ka for UDP nima organize nyata blah blah ntada nga correct nga engage nga UDP. We have a very transparent process about our flag bearership. It's out in the open. Applications are invited. Anybody can apply, and due process will be followed. In fact, the selection committee have mentioned that they will be visiting the country to seek people's opinion in terms of who the flag bearer. I said there is no party in Gambia that's transparent. Then Ndengovo come somebody who later somebody sent me a recording, because after also they went after me. Somebody sent me a recording. Okay, because me, I'm the deputy head of the UDP media team. I am well informed. I don't follow these programs, but where things that matter that I hear, my colleagues will notify me. There's most of the things here, I hear them. They went after me, and the lady that did it is a Sobaya supporter. This lady, FAA TikTok account, and she gave me respect and called me Uncle Saihou during that, which I appreciate. Okay, but she went after UDP, and this lady said, to her, it doesn't matter who UDP chooses as a flag bearer, whether it's Usenu or any other person in the party. He doesn't think that UDP should be in power. UDP has failed Gambians. She went on that attack on the local government. Because UDP, the local government, Mamfenke, they dropped the ball. Okay, but TikTok be one can. Ali live F1 ma TikTok be one can, maybe by live in a report can, but that's okay. So she went after, but I am going to address that in a current affairs show. I'll have a special segment because a lot of garbage was thrown out. Okay, somebody even accused me that when I was on Freedom, I was promoting violence in the country. Well, I must be very lucky promoting violence in Gandhi, and that program that I was doing, civic education, was the most widely listened to. Kelefai, Nyoran Sisuma civic education, lawyers, politicians, high-profile Gambians were coming to the civic education. So I think if I was promoting violence, what were those guests doing on my show? But that shows their level, all right? Because you see, the problem is they can comfortably demean, disparage Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, saying that when he was in government, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe did not do anything. But they cannot take a single criticism against Essa Faal. I don't understand this. These people think it is comfortable for UDP supporters. It's okay for us to be on a platform. They throw words at Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. They throw words at the incompetence of our elected officials at the local government. And even when she commented about Yankuba, she said Yankuba is just one term, but she followed it up with a negative vibe that Yankuba is talking and making a lot of noise on social media. Look, you can disagree with Chairman Yankuba Darboe in his Facebook, some of his postings, but to say he's not working in Brikama, that's a lie if anybody said it. He's doing an amazing job in Brikama. Give at least credit, but that's how these people antagonize UDP, and most of it is out of bigotry. They would not say it. It's bigotry. Later, the audio recording of that show that was sent, she confessed that she was PDI supporter. So that means her failure to support UDP has nothing to do with the performance of UDP, because you were a PDIs, you saw UDP, you saw CPDIs, you were supporting PDIs, yeah? So it has nothing to do with whether UDP was in government or that was vice president. It's just because you don't like UDP. Fine, I have said this on Gomsa Bokar program. You don't have to support Ousainou Darboe. Wallahi, I will not have a fight with anybody saying that I don't want Ousainou Darboe to be president, because democracy is about choices. I'm not going to be angry, because if I do that, I'll be an idiot. I know democracy is about choices. People have a right to support Bausenu. They have a right not to vote for him. But if you want to say our leader is this, we say one word about your leader, you go and tell life and you get angry. So you think we should sit down and you have a go at our leader? I'm talking to you guys. That is not going to work here. If you say our leader is this, we'll say Esafal is this. We will do it. And you need to accept that, because Bausenu is a leader. And Bausenu has been in this game. He has fought for Gambia. He went to prison for Gambia. He has represented people pro bono. The people who did the 1981 coup, the poor people who could not afford legal fees. He represented them. He represented them in courts, stood for his country. He did not form his political party. People people approached him to come and lead UDP when there was no leader at the time. When Yahya Jammeh banned the other political parties, they could not find anybody to lead United Democratic Party. They approached some people who were reluctant to approach. He was even watching Olympics in Atlanta. He was approached. He did not form UDP. So such a person he's gone through a lot. The least that we respect is to show him respect. I'm not saying that he should be immune from criticism, but to come and say he doesn't deserve to be president, Esafal deserves president. I will not be on a platform. Anybody says that comment and you don't expect to get a pushback. You'll get a pushback. So if I push back, accept my pushback and Germany. But so you guys want us to be on a platform, you criticize UDP and you know Tom. So Esa should just have a pass. Lolo do fi am. So you jote si Facebook, you jote, because it's just words. You throw words at a key. Ken munuta door ken fi. Danga mahasla. Lo regla. This is a country of laws. Ken lumuna now nga dem si negi nik nga door ko. Danga to nga hela nga waxu tilim te ñun lama wax len dara. Man Saihou Sedili lu nekk la dega. When I was in the struggle, I was called all sorts of names. So there is no name that you guys are going to tell me that's going to make me lose my sleep. I'm immune from criticism, because we have gone through the Gambia Youths and Women Forum. You guys didn't know that we used to debate there. People call you hypocrite. He's a double agent. He is that. All sorts of nasty names have been thrown out at us. So no name that you guys are going to say on your TikTok lives that are not even watched by 20 or 30 people, that will make us lose my sleep. All right? So I'm just going to make it, because the reason why 20, 30 people don't watch, because your views people don't care about you. You don't have that clout. Okay? Some of us have built our profiles. You can call them bad profiles. What I will say, yes, this is not about Saihou Sedili. This is about Saihou Mballow. But I'm just going to see the antagonism in the Gambia social structure. All right? Bausenu Dabo was in Gambia. He fought for the country. Some of us, I even said on that program, man, I was in my comfort zone. Man, I was using a pseudonym. I was just blah, blah on the radios. But these people were on the ground. But I said to myself, where was Esafal when Gambians were crying? So you think you want to support Esa, you can question Alhaji Ousainou Darboe's competence, what he did for the government, and you can go say he did not change the laws, what Solo Sandin died for, he did this. But when we ask a simple question, where was Esafal? It's like then Duga Pengu Sisen Yamenje. You see how criticizing somebody's leader can be discomforting? And we will keep asking that question. Because Kuneke, you are entitled to opinions. No one is entitled to his or own facts. Opinions are opinions. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe will be criticized. He will be questioned. But so will Esafal, Mama Kande, Halifa Sallah. No leader here is immune from criticism. Just 2 days ago, si dej bi lañ nekk mënuma ñëw Bantaba aji buga chon def ma yónni benn video gentleman xama kan la. His analysis was okay. He was talking about Gambia's sad situation, how Adama Barrow became accidental president twice. Gambians did not vote for him 2016 or circumstantially because Gambians wanted to change. He made but he said something. The one UDP supporters, ñom ñoo dé saga di wax né suñu wiino yeneen xeet yi dinañ leen daha the guy got it wrong loolu waxi Dembo Baye post la ñepp xam nañ ne ben UDP supporter mo soda wax loolu mu ne Ba Ousseynou lu tax wiinu 2026 because comments yooyu Ba Ousseynou mo soda gene publicly mu condemn ko gentleman bi dama la wax ne rek fofu juum nga because Ba Ousseynou du mëna gene condemn because ben UDP official supporter mo soda gene fi ne su UDP wiine dinañ ja loolu Dembo Baye force moko wax te after Dembo Baye force ci bopam dem nak mu ne si nan interview xamanda dégg ko mu ne dafa wax loolu la pour Barrow win waaye moom da wax na loolu si vidéo bi man gis some platforms di ko play they trying to amplify waaye loolu we will debunk it that's not true loolu amut UDP musu ñoo wax UDP amul doole sax pour ñu daxal benn head from Gambia who are we to drive people from the country ñun ban doole la ñu mën a am ñu dax ñeneen ñi sel that is even ku ko gom sa yow sa bopp bi correct but Gambia foofu la toolu Barrow dafa duga affaire tribal politics in our midst and there are some oppositions here ñoom UDP mooy seen biggest problem gis nga this nonsense that Saihou Mballow is doing and this they don't care ñoom UDP mooy seen headache affaire UDP flag bearer now they want to dictate to us who becomes our flag bearer yes and I heard the same person say ne ñu ne UDP ñun ñoo de wax ne if you are not a UDP member you should not why we need their votes I laughed when I heard that there are some votes UDP will never get moom kartam bi UDP du ko musa jot because bugut UDP so why are we there are some people who would never vote for UDP no matter what we do because lo bugut do ko musa buga moom du ñu musa kani karta weda ba use gisulo mu ne ñëw na mu ne she doesn't care whether Ba Ousseynou moo nekk Flabier or somebody else moom mbiram defar leen mu ne UDP moom gomut UDP moom esafal la gom so why would what are we looking from you your vote ndax yaa ngi déglu sa boppa nga ne ñun dañ soxla sa card waaye yow the same person yaa wax ne it doesn't matter who yes Tira Bobaki Yera he made a mistake in his video yow yaa wax ne the same lady ku wax loolu ma ne yow hen hamulo loy wasa 1 minute ngane you don't care about UDP select UDP you don't have faith in UDP government the next minute you go to a live ndax ñun waru ñu na stop because yow ñun dañ soxla sa karta what sort of contrasting statements two contrasting statements completely contrasting from one mouth benn nit ki xam nga let's be sincere lolo ta mané ko ñun sor nañu karta waaye yow sa karta moom baalal na nga jëlal sa karta bi because buguloo ñu you don't want us we are not that desperate ku ñu bugut rek ñun tam mënuñ la buga if you so hate to us because this is hate in fact the program today was not about UDP's performance or whatever Gomza Boba was just having a normal conversation about something else waaye fii topic buñ start rek for you duga UDP mo am bayra but there are some UDP supporters who will take this lightly Maxi will say I don't take some of this lightly look I can remember in 2016 on that fateful day of April 14th Kalama Revolution 19 Solo Sanding came out on April 14th I think and April 16th Ba Ousseynou and others I hope I'm not confusing the days I was on Freedom Radio with CDCC, who is now NPP, surprisingly, saying all sort of things. When he was on Freedom Radio with me doing civic education, it was a different CDCC. Why Gambian ol bawle nyama? I was that day, Alhaji Ousseynou Dabo, this old man was arrested. Yeah, maltreated. Where were you people? Where were your leaders? You said they are young, they are vibrant. And I think when it comes to fight, the young people, youth should be in front of the battlefield. But when Gambia was crying, Mama Gambia, for help, these people who are all now like wolves, come to land gis yapa. Nyom yep, they were muted. 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 Ken de gurlen. Li man munuma ko jël. Yes, Saihou Mballow was anonymous. Yes, man suma anonymity mom Gambia pa ko xam. Man ñepp xam nañ ne man ma was MJ. Man suma boppa dama ko dee wax. But my voice didn't change. It's the same voice. Has my voice changed? Fuma Dekon, so people knew that my mother was Crowley. Fuma Deka, so they know that even when I was using MJ, they know my voice. If I really wanted to hide my voice, I would have changed my voice. I'm not newly changing voice, bisa. They have the massive voice. I didn't do that. You know? Like Femi. Femi, I used to talk to him. He was having a massive voice, and nobody knows who Femi call a massive voice la use. Because I'm really, if I didn't want people to know me, I could have changed my voice. Okay. When my identity was blown, I came out and started civic education. I contributed my quota to Gambia. You can say all sorts of things about me, but Gambians know I contributed my quota. You cannot take that away from me. This is not about me. But you can say all sorts of nasty things about Saihou Mballow. I don't give a hook. I don't give a crap. Man, I have thick skin. Munga tal life suba bengon. You say a lot of nasty things about Saihou Mballow. I will come here and I will laugh and you will not even see it in me. All right? But Alhaji Ousainou Darboe doesn't deserve this constant criticism, particularly from people who said they are not part of his party. Go and promote your agenda. This is why I said UDP, we are, you know what we are doing? We are raising funds right now. In 2 weeks' time, on 3 weeks' time, we'll be in Paris. We raise funds. And they are not happy with that. They said with all the money that we are getting, we are not going to State House. In fact, they stupidly said that money goes to one person. I think they are trying to say that it goes to Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. So UDP, you didn't fail fundraising, you get Halis with Denka because Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. So you think UDP as an institution doesn't have an account? So account bova nek Alhaji Ousainou Darboe moko withdraw mu def ko dépasse. Why yen sen halat fan la tolu? How can you go to platform and say stupid things like that? An institution like United Democratic Party, ñun ñu nekk ci diaspora, ñu ngeen jugo sax ñun dinañ dajale suñu xaliss yor joko Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. Well, those things are foolish wayward comments. But another thing, they said with everything we are doing, we are not into government. It shows how shallow these people are, how myopic they are. In their world, governance is just central government. My people, there's what they call local government. Basic civic education in secondary school will teach you there's local government and there's central government. And yes, UDP has been to power. When Barrow was elected, he came from UDP. Yena de wax ne Barrow UDP la joge. Bu coalition bi jël Barrow UDP la joge. Su Barrow jogoton UDP, do not win that primaries. Why did Halifa Sallah not win? He came from UDP. And you people were saying that there was a UDP government, the coalition. So you say 1 minute today, and you said we have never won an election. Yes, we did. And let me tell you one thing. Has NCP ever won election in the Gambia? Time PPP. This is not peculiar to UDP. NCP, the late Sheriff Mustafa Diba, may his soul continue to rest in peace. He has been in opposition until the time of his demise. NCP never won an election. But did they stop giving them? But at least UDP, we have won local government. So when you say we haven't won, you are not being truthful. We haven't gone to #1 Marina Parade on our own, per se, but we have won KMC, we have won Banjul, we have won Brikama, we have won Mansakongo. Is that not in government? Unless you don't understand civic education. But in your world, and this is why your party is just fixated going to #1 parade. That's why you don't contest in local government, because in your world, you think Mansakunda Ngur is just going to State House. Hey, Ngur yi ndaw amna, Ngur bu mag amna. Mansakunda ringolu, mandingol ko Mansakunda ndingo, Mansakunda ba. So UDP ndolbe Mansakunda ndingo tole. Ndolam political ndolmantra kenzel, we is not in vain. These monies that we are raising, thanks to UDP diaspora, we were able to sponsor election of some of these local councillors. Ndol diaspora nkole as finance. Na councillor. And we won how many seats? So you think that's not victory? You guys going to your platform saying, what has it benefited us? We won councillor elections. Our MPs, we diaspora, these monies that we helped them, some of them in the election, that's why we were able to get 15 seats. That's why today, okay, Malon Falcom Moyle bang. Okay, Gamera. Okay. Okay, can you guys hear me on TikTok? Because I think something happened to my... Can you guys hear me now? Can somebody confirm? So, try to understand basic civic education. We are into government. We are in government in LRR. West Coast, we are there. We are in charge. Yes, local government. And we are in KMC. Okay? So, for you to stupidly say, Lala ñun jëriñ, ñun ak xaalis ñoo dajale fii, we were able to get 15, 16 National Assembly members. That's why the draft constitution is between UDP and NPP. Why did Barrow invite Alhaji Ousainou Darboe during the constitution? Why didn't he invite Essa Faal? Why was Essa not invited by Barrow to discuss the draft constitution? I think you can give me the answer. Because Essa has no National Assembly member. His voice didn't matter to Barrow. But Alhaji Ousainou Darboe commands leadership of 15 National Assembly members. That's why he was invited by Adama Barrow when Mohammed Ibn Kembers came to Gambia to try to narrow the difference between UDP and this, because that's how important UDP is to government. And that is important. This money in Ghana tuti law, lala ñun jëriñ, xaalis bi diaspora jël fi, ñun loolu lañ dem ñu finance our MPs. So ñun, we are not the same level with you guys. I'm just trying to teach you very basic things, because it's myopic for anybody to go to Facebook to say this monies that we are doing amul ben jëriñ because they're in State House. Hana party so go form State House regular. Yes, that's the main objective, but it is not. That's why we contest ñun hebu dara. Council of Bunda Obisa, ñun, we will fight for it. We will contest. That's why we won in Masembe. Banjul, we did not. Ñun, we are not into politics just through whole Tahaw Marina Parade. No, do UDP. Because UDP is Gambia. So ñun, we will continue raising funds, whether we are into government or not. Because we are not the only opposition that has not been to government or not. NCP, National Convention Party, Gambia People's Party, GPP was an opposition. They never went to government. And there is no opposition that single-handedly won election in that country. PDIS has been in government from 1987. But PDIS diaspora, they raise funds. Do their money go to Halifa Saleh? Hana ñoom tamit dañuy jëlee seen xaalis ñu jox ko Halifa Saleh, déedéet. While PDIS diaspora, they raise funds. They organize events and invite us. Any well-meaning opposition, you have to galvanize your members, organize fundraising. Whether you're in government or not, then you have to be serious. That's what UDP is about. Whether we are into government or not, we are loyal members to our party. So this is some of these wayward comments, they are laughable. We're wasting our time. So getting 15 National Assembly members is a waste of time. It gives you voice. It gives your party voice for you to contribute a quota to national development. Today, Honorable Alhaji Darboe is the minority leader. He's from UDP. Why is he not from other opposition party? GDC, same guys, then they raise funds, they go. They have 1 National Assembly members. So try to educate yourself about politics before you chappy on TikTok and try to demean UDP. So yalla ne UDP didn't gagne England country. No amount of hate can. So yalla ne tamit duñ nek government, duñ fa neka. But our efforts will not go in vain. We have contributed a quarter to national development. And that is there. We salvaged this country. We are the biggest players in the coalition. When the primary was held in Jama Hall, UDP's contribution towards the hiring of the hall, Halis Nakodomen contributed was more than PDIS, because they said we are the biggest party. They said we should contribute more. They can call us biggest party when it comes to subscription. Kodo, Gene Halis, UDP, you are big. But when it comes to other things, they say, Ben party would fee. Gambia, you cannot have it both ways. No. You cannot eat your cake and have it at the same time. So Lila Buganyo, Saihou Mballow mbira mota manyo fisa, because I was going to wait until tomorrow after, UDP UK chapter guys are going to come here anyway tomorrow. Musa Jame and Co. Musa Jame anyway, it was his birthday yesterday. We were yesterday, yes, because it's already passed. Today is the 21st of August. So UK chapter guys, they will be here tomorrow. Saihou Mballow should be condemned. But whether they condemn Saihou Mballow or not, we will condemn Saihou Mballow. And I encourage people to go TikTok live and condemn Saihou Mballow. And I think my mbadin full le fonyanta fundele Saihou Mballow condemn, because this is nasty. This is nasty politics from Saihou Mballow. All right. But my sobaya folks, yalonten albukanja dimba kilim, you cannot be castigating or leader some of your supporters, or even not supporters, but people who said, disguisedly said, they are not part of Sobea, but they are just voting for Asafal. I care less where you belong to anyway. It's immaterial to me. But if you this desperate Alaj Usunudabo, we will desperate your leader. There will be no compromise on that. Then we can have it until 2026. Okay, Allah baraka bake. Keba sabalisi aninde idi. Allah baraka.
Sedili abaraka bake no nie konton nie la platform mol fana men bebe jubiro la ngebe konton ongu keba konton sedili ye kumo men be fo jang ani men ye ko loke kabring anti tukulor kata fo tum ko nyolu den tawle la faka ila kango kandoro anu sedili ñi men be kerinten amante surprise I'm not surprised at all, because yalo iko nimo yaje ko fero bebe banga kan bulo kono le fere ta bulo kono ikabi yaje me fero be banta bulo kono alabanta yin tribal sentimental le na fe la namba ko ka alabanta ka mandin ko le neng alabanta ka nonsense of mandin ko le left right and center, so amanje ko mantra boring akala mako ibe nanin te motole malon ka betari alate by the 2026 from man see follow. But 2025 le kona atariata.
Yeah.
But in the left come for Gambian only Sekou Sedili wala nyintiko. Especially in fact not just Gambians. In fact let me just to left ka diamu MPP supporters le fonga, because ngamira ni message yo nya important pour kata MPP le supporters le MPP le supporters so many ya lonko ye Gambia le kanu Gambia dingol le muti ye Gambia le kanu. This is the right time ye wuli ye low ye tonya for Adama Barrow. Adama Barrow mang Gambia sambaku ati Gambia sambanola kunke. MPP many beje Gambia dingol lemuti, and I know ko 3/4 of them ye Gambia kanule at heart. But Adama Barrow ito leo Gambia men kanu at heart abole tinyaka. Because tribal sentiment aka banko le tinya. Aketa banko le men kan ngejele munel labanta ka keji. Ote nyimbanke politiki kuti manya na nyin tribal sentiment sol meke na fe manya na kala politiki kuti koteke nyanta kala banku diya politi aninka banko kele ka banko fasa nyanta ka so until a voice is going to the people many alon ko wolle fo be Adama Barrow kuma yaje ko nyimbanke koteke about politiko ti koteke amanke about UDP to koteke amanke about mandinko to koteke, because Adama Barrow kuma men fo nyinte moto ayeni alanyin tribal sentiment to tribal belema
afole Saihou Mballow
Saihou Mballow I fankol belema I tribal belema, because I come for nyule wala nyinti ko because fulole be siri wala na do kudla everywhere be fulole because I'm fen to koma so nade bo fo kam fatala patio kono fo fulol da male beji you know MPP fulol da maman taraje man ni ko libeje le jolali beje sarhulo libeje surwali beje manjako libeje siyo be libeje. So exactly atabe mune fam foka woli abe mune yitandika wolla. So that means ko wolla siyolu wol teken wala fenti Gambia kono, even though we babularing Adama Barrow le noma bari maje Adama Barrow fulol da maleta dula beto. And again ngaje le fana nyin na comment to madi le comment to kaitandiko ako wol mu fore na so lelti. Ama understand exactly what Saihou Mballow is trying to achieve there. About mounting Gambia in to foreigners. That whether he nina mala do ko ti puruka ID card di wala or puruka voters card di wala is.
Yeah, that's what they are trying to do.
Exactly. That's exactly what
they want to register these people, give them voters card, and akafo in Alkanasila go and vote for Barrow because full live in charge of security, full on vice president. That's Saihou Mballow's strategy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because even police force to high rank being flowed. So Nindia Muneti well in Tiko Mbekato informant dealer like Fental Sotulajan be Fental Sotulajan Sam. And the money won't have because you are on the election of winner. In fact, in election win. to begin with. 2026, 2021 election ima win. Mo be yewolonde. So obviously yalon no ko say be men dada kan abe gena ko le ake bulo ko nole. Make easy te bulo ko num before wolen kata Senegal ka mol boni na Senegal kata dandang wala ka mol boni do ke dundi na village soldo. Village ol men yalon ko there are only 500 people. Ni la vote result na tan ka 2000 jena ka bonanji. If on kalon ko nyim village o korda lulu fa ngota ja. Wo village o kana je 2000 vote ka fintiji. Wo botami. So ya jele ko desperation on nyimse mbo bitaka because ya jele ko sai wo be keke nyame ko be keke nyame UDP bitaka nyame o political party bitaka nyame wo bunda be soronnal so nyina mudi oda bunda te me yalla ko bayila andu lefta ko men fo gameno le gameno de gameno nyanta ko ning Senegal le nyinti nyin ko tatankunna ning ando da banko le nyinti nyin ko tatankunna borni yaje ko kundi naketa aka tankun aka tambi ning do na to sembo ko wara nyin doti because ya jele bi fo kunu nga anoda mola video jubele I man ninkolu be banen very banen
yeah full boil or what malawe banko jumale
so ni man sakundato moli bentulu nyato man sakundato wolu ka fintine ko itol ka fo moli ha fulo man sakundale be jam teninte wota sai wala video sifal be siala le memone no laji
but yalon this is not even about Mandinkaya, but I think ning siku o menka agitated Gambia de ning kebal ma wuli ya ko diamu the way akara direction on it is scary because na zigi all for live now they want to defend Mandinkaya, they will not take this and nyine ka fitino samanam ya understand ndema la mona mo be domoro be ibe domoro ke kono fa yete sio benen o mun kulubali yaleti I don't get it
no c'est because menka ke ikakele kubuka ke ya jela ke moli ya fo ya ke kuman kela tako nim banko la nyaton ko lu fon men yalon ko wolle be the highest position oto ika fintine ka ko makan sifal for they go free nin janna mu tebe dame bi Saihou Mballow bo already ya ko mandi questioning na by now I did not get any message anywhere. I did not see any message anywhere. Saihou said ka fo ko Saihou Mballow ya ko mandi
no ita ko bandela bare ni jani ba ko mande mama jabi follow ko mandi ndey
mama jabi la video kita mande kunun ko len fo kunun dem bang te fo ya post ja so neka waje wala na nyin kote bannola because damon to position ole mantaje from the high up nyinte ban and yalla na munen ta position no tala from high up because it call manipulation or used to pre votes also it call manipulation or used to get these positions where they are Gambia le fana bala fa nyanta fala Gambia ye wuli yaje ko nyin tribal sentiment le nek banku dolto ye wuli fangol ye nyin ko challenge from MPP kana UDP every other political party every other tribe in that country wole be nyin ko banna bare ni wonte ate banna andun kana nyin election o men nya bula nyin men kono te nyin ko bina gena rampan na banko kanne abina kuulu la me ya men mente silarinji abina kuulu la me ya lon ko bulote la no laka because he's not going very well. Every other week, modo like a fintina. Every other week, modo so far monkey duty de. Just so monkey duty. Man yalong ko you know even nimbeke kela they feel like they are become the target of this. Nin kam fakata do you know even munekela? Alama alayan tankala.
Yeah, Baraka.
Stop nyanta kelala anung Gambia di wala nyanta ka stop. Aning in fact say the left at another area ma jadim bita. Gambia di will let them get up and use this yet Adama Barrow balita tamla. Adama Barrow man sembo soto ka tatam kumandi Gambia banko kan atelu ECOWAS malla fala Africa mo malla fala je there is no particular institution member lorun Africa men tatam support Macky Sall le sembo warata Adama Barrow akaranta Adama Barrow la ferocia da Adama Barrow mo man songa yala Africa ya pousse le Senegal ya pousse ya fintindi man songa yake Adama Barrow should not stand for tatam Gambia no nyanta wulale Adama Barrow balita tamla because a manya na soto la Africa mo mo be because on la Gambia manya na kala force pour ka sonala ñine mun na message joti Gambia no la
okay abaraka ndey I've got Keba and Madam Sane on Madam Sane Balam is also here Keba bismillah
yo Saihou ngande idi konton ñu be mun na jambarol leti ngaje ko Madam Sane fanan beduma wol be mun na jambarol leti mte lafta pour kam fango hakilo bulandi menna dami yalon ko bite ngalon ko wole mun tol fanan na do kote wala na youth wing menketa aji swanete ala nyaton kaya koto UDP as a party ni munye challenge ballot ko nka election o men na ko foko ni no registration o men bela ten ibe ni no pour ka lunta on register pour ça de ni election ibe sunyala nyame ngamira se mba ole la bidiamo o fane o proof le ko to nya sobita menna nkombe wula ko menna to nya le ba ko koma woto ni all reasons de na pour bite nadia mo sembe maike ka molu mamandi ka molu kumande mo kumando amancha ko nimbe diam la jang nim mol membe jawol be diaspora ke la moyna wol fana man han soto jani ntolle fangu titi alinga diam na mol yeso kono ko mobe wuli kata yin demonstration of because abe men wulu la wala minti ko nin hadama dingol siata je mol ye tandro ke ko albe men ko to ngalon ne ando ate kala jang kotenke men keta 2021 ate fulan janna jang ngamira o fanan be ni masakunda nyaayelen dilal ko tonya banko dingolu e paretan bar ni UDP le nyin commande ngaje mo den tan dorne tata handful of people itate lote diam taje akamunta han kabinka green light le dila ko we are very comfortable moment diate yake woto banku do ko lem youth wing yen men idea men so kaje ko UDP manyana tala do all the time nimbe complain na ko lan kata sile dron na platform wolto na WhatsApp group wolto na wurje hani action o fanan are important and this time UDP action ole command woto alinga na program will focus very much on this ma foko be mol force na kataje woto kenon bari nsim molu convince no le ko ba o mbengalo nyame na history to nin demonstration olu yemol kidol farande bake bawo kunum e katale kamolu tilimbalia yin sifalla andu nyanta mol a sola nin nala ko wota kala ko tenke wo botan andu nin juso di la ko ila right lem ila citizenry right lem kaje ko nin ko membe la banko kan amandie ye wuli ya itandi ikana sila ikana masila inin kulo ni horomo sita yake bari nyantale bamba yewke Saihou Mballow idea moment ke dan Saihou amante surprise ngalu na ko kuma do lebi na men siata nyindi bari nyin again I am told proof le right ko ka foko ngamem mira woda male be kekan andu wole yinu be parerin ka woleke sai fombe parela le bangaso yoke ban Saihou ite ninte be ninte ko tata dawo dan konte musaballe ite tata da me ko sedli ni tata flol ko be ba flen anko pol ite mu flol andu ni yo fo kante proud de bak nte ka nin karo men ka fo bari ni mu floti woto mandin ko len tola ka tunte kontongo ay fasaro soto manika kamal la ka ni ko sabali way fenne min manika kon fula kango tay muneni isaje jelo e kuma isa fo to nyala de ndolla ke balu ikaje wolu e opun batale if ikata flow fanantile ikata mandin koti ikata fongo beti wole ay tandiko how rich we are in our culture ndo be mosi fa kilingole mbedi am kan Gambia flow le ka fo ko momo ni tarete mu flow ti be Gambia amanke tanawo tanati imam fenke men jawya ikata mandin koti ma choose kake mandin koti ngajele wuluta Gambia ngeta mandin koti I'm very proud iteme wuluta ikata floti ikata manjagoti amanke tanawo tanati ninga mfango jude mbe mu ya dron na jaraje ko ntelite bebe mu sifa kilingolti munul fango akili ya bata andu man jawi bari ni momo fanam de Gambia andu luntawle mut molu keta ma andiko nango men diate banko kan nana da fen na mialo ko citizenol la right lem ko te fanam do wala talawol bulo ye kulet ye fango jikinde kulla mialo ko this time woteken man tara mo threatening kam andu momam fisia moti fulol mu kendo doronneti ntolla history to ni fulol to fo dawda e ka fole ko fulaya mu malolti fulaya mu foroyanti fulaya mu kende alete fulol ka jamun tenne doro
but Keba sorry to interject but I think fulol fonang should not allow some of the foolers should not allow themselves ya jele hakiltu be dara potole ya jame was in power botumo ya jame mu jolaleti atije Fuloli Melialanko, they are so much into this because you know they are playing to them. Some are falling. They are sober-minded fools. Melialanko, they will never be part of this nonsense. Okay, but it will fall nyante hakilo to la jele because Barobe. Look, lady dole bada GDC. Me member drama address. Go for nonsense ole for no ala diamoto because if bebe jikri munelako. Barole president ala fatu baboro mu fuloleti like Saihou Mballow men for fulo mon DG SAS mu fuloleti bari mansakuna la tiloka boyle Jawara was there Jawara mo mandingoleti no ni mandingol fanan ko na titar non teren because bibe mallale moyi hakilo to sioli hakilo to president ni mansakuna kana tine ni banku dingole du nyola keba cool you know ha
people like Saihou Mballow will see you kuma sifa for fulolo.
Yeah.
Ndenga fula jamal lo menu fula betol tinyu kumo fonsi menu malu. Bari inson tako fula lu men yalon ko luntangol ma kadi amu menni. Askeno anu wol be mira sifa kilingol soto kaje ko kawol convince kaje ko al fatia nyim banko kam men diata imaja tara fa ka foye ko e si kote man sial tidam. Ibe diam le luntangol ye ka foye ko si kote man sial tidje ke ikamu ike krandi munela. Ila kumo e muneli ikana ko in fact hanali ka kaito men do as luntan kaito nyimma sakunda o da fon jindali en wota to nyata hanidale alkana sila molaja ikamu ne foye ibe karandi kan pour ye pare mu nekela wala nanko nte ba fala moli ko nyim demonstration o men be kala sibiti long wala mun tela target wala ben na kumo jabila andu wo sifa lu dorana satina Gambia
ke ba pamito so dole bam
pamito is green light. Ambanche mo fanka na question fan. A man traje fan ko no permit.
No. Yalon ke bam na meje nyini gagan. Today is Thursday.
Yes. Yeah. Most of the time ni abe ko so ma yal kumandi because e katara wala pukal sala crowd control ka so bama e tata je interview na. And ya jele ko ibriye interview fanga ya fo no ko well there is no reason member tinal te permito so la ye wala fo
okay
so inu wala fanambe siri and it only na ini na tan ko se fananko anyanta kala min told because ni le da men flow suggest we tolia jele ko aman necessarily yake so ini discuss ta fo agree ta ko dulale venue le ba kala dan ini minister finance tale diamuta so sai mune bije ko green light lem Saihou malla finga diam on their behalf. I don't want to but exhibit lungo be kala demonstration olti alon ko UDP le akumandi and guys certainty ko pamito be jele kadu kuma mam fo je men sai tande ko pami kana fo la time of fo west kanyo nyinka for pamito so for pamito maso it is announced, it is known, everyone knows that possibility lungo or demonstration.
No. Fadnyan, today is Thursday in the UK right now. It's Thursday in the UK. Okay, sorry, Keba.
Yes.
It's Thursday morning now.
But remember, Saihou, this is a UDP thing. Alinga topical ken na main topicoti kaitandiko namfama proof o Saihou Mballow ñu lay ndiam sifa ñi ne atina sibitu ngom be fenti ye menke Mauritanie ye menke Togo ye menke Congo waran wherever ñi ne bula do kwoti sai ifele na Saihou Mballow ma bay amurun ni Gambia tata kalunta gada kai ka ko ke configure dila ko atol le siata jang ntolle siata jang ntolle munyinti jang ñi ne be kala jang sai wala munyinti ko ni nga femo fem falie ka laki al pare ka ntolle bal ko yama ni mo very dangerous advice no bari ntolle man left very dangerous in our country lafta men wala kapaka ni masakunda dandala ko kunu ali tilimbali amen ke jang ata keno la jang ko den ka mas space soto jang andu ali kana ali famo ketule fam bari wobe proof la men na wala nim mo jama tata naitandi bari nim mo dan tanta ali nganna UDP ko ken na UDP ko na tara ko parti ko nim banku ko mbela banku ko tonyal nim banku be ko bari UDP le ba organize we are the organizers so ali nga mol be command ge but we must also understand that this is all ours because tolle molu akumandi ngamolu anda tara e wingla me alon ko branch of UDP tolle la decision on party le ba keka and all the party members should embrace this, bring it up and discuss it. It should be our main topic these days.
Yeah.
Abaraka Bai.
Abaraka Keva, thank you so much.
Uncle Kata, look at the left of Pruka, Johnson, Ward Kilinella, writing maybe the organizing team of Balona. Uncle Keva, left advice to that is I hope that the youth wing, ye later key political party will be and in front of all the civil society should maybe Gambia, and in front of all the other youth leaders in all the other political parties, so that they understand when you manke UDP kuti and no nimbe manna sama we can it afloko yake UDP quality yake le yaba imafonye. I hope they do that.
Yes, it has already been done because I was all the time talking to Haji and advising him and also asking him what he has done. And Dumbiayo assurance bed nalako I will bed and done already signed. And I will very clear already. So war is a good question, but the answer is yes, it will make it up. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Keba, thank you, Ndai. Madam Sane, please.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. Saihou. Alula coordinated. Keba. The coordinator with between Nikuya Kai Wakai it's just always disastrous when it comes to Barrow and Alan government. Every day Doro to look day in, day out. But definitely left a more day we just have a visit from new President Bio Minata. I don't suspect 997 true call many long call whatever economic. I believe they are on their way to go. And Barrow will do everything through what you see in Bangkok. So Hannah the Bangkok Malala for about 10 minutes. Evidence in the world local. I need these people here. Because Marlon Falba understand the tactics that are going on. Suddenly Mama something out of nowhere of the UDP. Because they are what called the mighty UDP, and then you have this guy who we are local president advisor to the president and winning immigration determining high school. Sakuna ko katani rhetoric words or bondika can be kabundi molkom. The mass excite so that it will cause violence, it will cause havoc and problem in the society. Yako dan manikama. Nimfulanjo bigi ekata ID card will be so that tomorrow they can vote for them. But we have to be very vigilant and very smart. In the sense, tactical it's something that they want towards us. Now, you two lay permit to apply. I'm not sure whether they got it or not. But now, me able to for last minute here along Kosamale without a permit. They may do that. It's a very wrong tactic that they are aiming to achieve here. So now, have a look. Secondly, Nyantan have pressed involved into every activity, day foot by foot, so that the international community can see that this is going on in our country. Last time, bringing Bolswell Funtita, it did a massive impact, whether Ngalong or Malong, papers Jamal Asafi, even not only the ones from France 24, later online. So this is not good for his government, and it's putting pressure on him to not go for a third time. Yeah, understand. So until a condition of Mintigan, ni rhetoric words will mean what Saihou Mballow. It is something that is a tactic. So that is a situation or a problem will cause no Bangkok and Yami. In secondly, follow Mimbi Nim Bangkok, finance alone control Bimu Kilimality. This country is for Gambians, it's not for individual people who should be in control of it. Mandin Kolante, Surwante, Dolate, we are all one. We were all Gambians. Thank you so much.
Madam Sane, Yalong, actually, I'm completely bewildered about how tribal politics has become the discussion point since this government came to power. Yeah. And this is really sad. But I think they've also realized that there's a fertile ground.
It is
because they realize our levels as Gambians. I'm not trying to be condescending on us, but I think they realize our levels as Gambians. This kind of nonsense will not take place in Senegal because average Senegalese is up there. Yeah. With no disrespect, we are low there. This is us. You see, sometimes Gambia situation of Funkan said why a government is sitting there said this on the radio.
Yeah.
And there you go. Saihou Mballow came to this fuller program for Tibetal Forum. I think I saw something on TikTok. He was saying Barrow is a fuller. That slide. Now this guy, and this has to do with us as people. The Ghanaians are not going to tolerate this.
No.
But this is Gambia with all our egos on here.
We are not united, and I think that is very clear.
I think it's not only united. I think our conscious. I'm questioning our conscious levels now as citizens because. Yeah.
Political party
yeah.
One day maybe think the Gambia come about it. No doubt. Believe me, 2 million of in Ivory Coast.
Exactly.
Effective government from Ghana. This is the thing. The population are relevant. It will be here for the citizens. If the citizens now tell this man solo, man la fila funti. People gonna say, but until Gambia no money alone can do nothing to no mutan and any bondi bilato. Will until formally be no pelaka. Day in day out. For no reason. Yeah, understand. Well, I think the embassy in Hanikabi about a tribal style will create la. I don't better than enforcement general. We will see this day in day out until 2026 because these are tactics they believe will earn them votes or will create a chaos so that it is assassino. Makisala style, Baruka Walika day after day.
Madam Sana, you are right. But Gambia dingol lesson in Bono, and Kachala satin na Bono. Alinga Kacha Samboto because Mbenga alone neko, Baro abe parerin men. So sa alim fananga nyo kachandi, nyo hakilo samba kanko, ni left an electional win. Andu ilafta ita tonyanin tilingokan ika doku that kabrin side alinga Baro kalam tandiko mbe pareri ne kala mulu ka fa be pareri nyamen andu ndol lafta kairo la na banko kambari nawo molu itandala ko Gambia dingol be kanyin kumofo amanche ko mo kiline be siri ala platform wota kanyin andu wala nyindi pour Gambia dingol ka finti out in the street kai tandi Barola ko ko akadati kula kai tandi Barola ko iba doman na le men kata janga fo ne ka nyongota fulan janga andu we mean it iba jala ko Baro afanamba abalo katu musonta ko Baro fanamba la setan wala ayna banko kan nakara ko jarata e wala den woto Gambian ko fanamba fly men ajarta ni wala woto alinga pare nyin nako alinga pare ngasilol muta Baro kam alinga pare ni na handa be kala lo ngolo kunete na finti Baro kam ma fo ko nyanta wala kala bari nka fo ko na tar ko fa jarata wala sai nabiya mol kala sanji kononto mbe diamula anu kadiya mol men fo nke fo ni nyal nyama katar lanen silol leka wo ma solve woto sai mol ye fa ngoy tandi akake wala nyama demokrasi le woni ni ka ni biam tela man sai amedanko andu biam tay ni hakilma ala me moy e kan dole fa ni mu second choice sa alinga nani second choice fananta pa do la moyla nke fe ni mu ko tim nyanta ku kutol men datila nandiya molu tala nga actionol waran wala ni ko kairo kono kulo kono aminten ko kono moli eta itande ko sembo mu mollet mbatate bu sembo mu mollet ibe mento ngalon abe mento e ka safe banal bara e ka finti ka sari be do kan molu be age dunia kono ko Gambian ko be kumbo kan nyinela abe fengo fen kuota abe fellan anda tele be sobjula katu molle tamila semboti molle tamila bankoti alinga pare ngawota because anyi sila do tale sangi jel mba kandro alinga luwa horoma alinga diam fenko ngawlu beken sai woda maman ke solution sifa jamale so and abemu democracy la principle ko banko dimol pro kawaylo ni kube dal e kay tandino nyamen pro la mansali ya kalam nim mansali buka diamo moy nim mansali man pare ke la moy diamo la bari asike no bawe to ka actionol ta mo kan ni do diamo nim fana nga fo ko ndol fanta mpare tar kan actionol itandiko hadama dimol le tam ko semboti banko kam sana banko dimol ajarte men ne ya itandi ajarta na men to fara men na nga itandi tuman no be no moy la
okay Allah baraka baka keba definitely it's a course. I got a letter from the government of the Gambia. I think some people may have got a copy of this as well. This is from the technical unit, National Biometric Identification System, GTU Carnifing, to the officer in charge, National Biometric Identification System, Carnifing, dated 16th of July. The subject is urgent request for system and technical intervention due to critical systemic failures. The Gambia government will be surprised how we laid hand on this document, but they are not explaining this to us about the ID card system has reached a critical point. And I'll just read the conclusion of the letter for them to know that we have laid hands on this. The very last paragraph, it said, we strongly urge the relevant authorities to treat this matter as a national emergency and authorize immediate technical and financial intervention as outlined in this report. This has to do with Gambia ID card system, the bizarre situation we are in. The experts are advising them how they start. But Ismaila Cissé comes out and tells Gambians something different. They will not tell Gambians this is the advice that they are going to. The situation is very critical. And they are now all over Gabon, Mauritania, and everything. Warana Keba is right. You're right. New protesters, we should take it seriously. Gambians should come out. But Gambia from something Keba is so frustrating. The opposition is so fragmented. The opposition is not united. UDP, we have to take the bull by its horn. Probably we have to lead in this because there are some opposition, they want to be what? Comfortable. Fly by night, you go to State House. They don't want their hands to be dirty. Imalafi Buloli, no. None of the protestola. You don't see them. I'm sorry.
But this time it will be different.
I hope so. I hope so.
Program of Ankaba, left Molu 10 to KJ, especially in Tola Finland Jang. Molia Katabake because night and Dileko, you know, any G Cabason table, or even Motomen Fontala, can you speak Alkeje?
Yeah.
But bring our more response back. Now, some information from Seni Aleme Alonko, Kodomen Collector Finland within these few days.
Oh, great.
Wo, I enter proud in the back of Gambia Dingol Lakoyara from Gambia Dingol be parade. Dantam Fanako, blood into Swiss, Germany, and in Austria. Wolfana, they are responding. Mo Jamale Kodo ki. Aton the AG of menu fratale already. No more bed tend to like a jay, saying information of a bakey.
Okay, ma follow. Yeah.
You need to get Drebagale. I enter from surprisingly more responsive farming. So in Jikitako, will be problem Jamale Talala Ekan, Bao Mam, budget mandadanina, UDP Mam budget Soron in Nafana, but UDP doing let them patriotic, ye menke la contribution. Bebe tend to la KJ, many alon ko brid many kibaro moy tembo men na bantabaja ngafo, modol fana kibaro moy woto, ya had contact. I know I will list to baking yala I be itandina ko menu fata nga kite fana ne.
Great.
Mbe ngaje ko tonya ka o mol tend to KJ. Barinte de mbe Finland ko tend to la KJ ka to inyongo manso. Na list to men Finland ne be top.
Ebe Finland fazala de.
No, well I say everybody from Bajela evidence be there.
Yama Alma interfere with the list.
No, not at all. With the amount.
No, Allah mulmo jatole na. Allah mulmo jatole.
Na risito me na kifana, risito fana ni wo beta telefone talita. So I want to tell them bravo and be UDP di wo be konton na keten to jam Finland banko kanya. Anin men be fana be Australian bank, Swiss bank. Abu Maronyol Nira Timomul Katafo, Germany, Mr. Quintenyol, Nanu better to KJ and do commanding dinner Ketela Dronkafo, Altemiro Kalaba, don't drop Hanu, our fangman can be back at the Ray Bull family. That's Aliakata Almubin Kendo Leti, Banko Kataten, and do Ingin at Askelo Nimbekala Dako Kondangole, Bari, Alingam Pare Masakunda Kaba, Nim Hormon in Bunya Konola Bari. Alingam pare ko ngai tandina ko mubanko de nyimbanko kan sain tilimbalia akakekena bale nyimmenko adama baro janko ite mu machudo anko machudo wala ite mu jongaleti ite tekela mola mansati jam bi wala kalo akasido sielu kumande ka fo ali pare hey nimbele ko men nyo keta tutsiol ni hutsiol la jana ali pare alkana silaja una munyin quality. What is this called for? Ikafo model yemunlako alkana sila musila jumala nyapita juma kanja jumale nyakita juma kan jan si kula jan
no keba be men fo kay wolo
kana sila mune be kay ikasila men na mun sila kula bije ikafo men na kana fo ka fo ko al siata jan mo man sial tija mun sia ku kontinle bijan
no silo be damen keba ka men fo alta leta voters card jin al kana sila president
wo advice from is dangerous
yeah
wala ikafo mo yo na ko mo man sial tija comme by number from moment Seattle Tijan side. Ali pare ali hani kuobela. Wala mali pare ali tilimbali yake. Hey, se internet le nyimfo Gambian te murla nang.
Of course.
Even accuse la men nga alone. So for Gambia nyanta kala banku sivalte ba.
No, but Gambia is like one rule for one rule for another. Imagine Mr. Sanya Mota from Switzerland. I interviewed the West Coast. But Mama Jabi at the same remarks level because Mr. Sanya Fana remarks level about the court case. Yeah. The court. But Mama Dabi Fane, the same thing for court case. Kidi Bunda Ben Uzenu Bojan Soronale. That's contempt of court.
With insults.
Yeah. But if I Mamuta, Femankala, you know.
So Tonya Bedame, Intanga Ningeleko, Intol UDP, sorry, Intol Gambia Dimon. Kolea de Gambia. Waran Kaira Beje, Nimeya Mutawal Tifana. Ntolle ma be kelela ntolle ma be mutalat woto alin kanam fangoje ko nimma sakunda na dro nga fudro yes ba we tolle be government men diate hani abuka damen to abuka ke damen to molle ako ntol mu mollati mu mol be mu mo sifa kili mollati molu ko katara wolle bul ya en kay me fo yalo government nem fen alina try nga nimma organize ntolle la responsibility we try to organize ourselves. Ye fem for that as a challenge ko Gambian ko keta tenne ifengeta le buka kopre Gambia bi mo le fanamba ke no la Gambian ko le corporate ntolle la do ko I wuluta wala to ye woto da marje ne ko ma jube nyato jube ka wolto woto men be manketa je seku ntenite be la responsibility mun ta fala don ko ha bar yalo Gambian ko buka son yes Gambian ko buka so to Gambian ko tita sonta modo sondi o fana modo sondi nkata da men be futala jele bari nkana discourage ko Gambian ko la yalo man cooperate yes man cooperate but let's work to cooperate nina muntala do ko
Abaraka Baka Keba and the Abaraka thank you. It's 1 a.m. right now in the UK. It's on the 20. Thank you so much. It's the 20th. Yeah, thank you so much. It's 21st of August. Thank you, guys. This was just an urgent program. It wasn't even planned. I wasn't planning to come to Bantaba today. I wanted to do a show tomorrow, but because of this madness from the madness of Saihou Mballow, who is now a certified tribal bigot, because Alanin Ninyamanke tribal bigotry, what else is it? And it shows our levels as a country. I'm really this is sometimes it's incomprehensible as a person. In this day and age, when nations are progressing, Gambia is embroiled in this tribal BS. This is how our levels are. Sometimes I'm really lost for words to describe our situation. And this is why I'm speaking in English, because I think I want to speak in English to the greater audience, okay? I have said my piece in Mandinka, but I'm really disappointed that this was not why some of us joined the fight to remove Yahya Jammeh. And sometimes I sit down saying, where are we heading to as a country? Seriously, the Gambian people need to wake up. A political advisor on our payroll, if he can take to the podium and make such remarks and the nation keeps quiet, I'm not talking about social media, but Gambia, life goes on, then we are in serious trouble. Really, this should have agitated a nationwide reaction, particularly on the radios and the conventional media in the Gambia. I remember in the UK, I have given this example time and time again, and I will keep giving it. One politician made a racial remark in the UK. That day, all the radios were on fire. They went after him. She was forced to apologize. That's how nations deal with bigotry. But Gambia, tribalism it's at another level. And this is why I don't understand when I hear some people going on TikTok, there is no tribalism. Let's stop fooling ourselves. I hear people saying, Gambia, we are married, we are intermarried. That's nonsensical. That doesn't mean anything. You can marry to another tribe and you still be a racist or a tribalist. I have said this. And I've heard this on platforms. Oh, that doesn't mean nada. Our country is seriously divided on tribal lines. If anybody doesn't believe it, well, you need to wake up to reality. And this whole thing has been encouraged, promoted by the government because it favors them. You know why it favors them? It's because of our levels as citizens, because our levels are low. Conscious people will not allow government to promote this because they would put check on the government. But our levels are so low. Look at our social media. Let me not even say TikTok. Gambians are divided. Listen to platforms here. The majority of the people, there are some people who have so much antagonism towards United Democratic Party. Not because they're against UDP policies, not because they don't subscribe to it. You can hear from the tone of their voices. They go all out to castigate, to desperate, to demean the person of Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. Somebody can go to TikTok and say Alhaji Ousainou Darboe has failed Gambian people. Some of these people didn't know. I had to tell them, to educate them today. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe was the one who went to China to successfully negotiate the cancellation of China debt to the Gambia when he was foreign minister. But you will hear one imbecile go to platform and say, what has he done for us when he was foreign minister? Alhaji Ousainou Darboe successfully negotiated for Gambia to go back into the Commonwealth when he was foreign minister, which benefited a lot of Gambians here in the UK, because if you are a Gambian, you can join the British Army as a citizen of the Commonwealth. If you are a Gambian without a British passport, you don't have your indefinite leave to remain in this country. Even if you are a visa holder here, Commonwealth, you can go and vote in the UK general election. That is the benefit of being back into the Commonwealth. And that vote has benefit for those of you in the UK. You know, when you vote, it even helps you on your credit referencing, because when you can vote, you are a registered voter. It helps you, your credit scoring, if you are a voter. So those are benefits of Gambians here. People benefited. They went to the the UK Army. When Yahya Jammeh took us out of the Commonwealth, it affected thousands and thousands of Gambians in the UK. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, foreign minister, the first thing he did, I Gambia Murundi back to the Commonwealth. But you are seeing people here. Hey, Saihou Sedili, I'm not talking about other UDP members. Man, I will not accept anybody go and did tutilo Alhaji Ousainou Darboe to put Essa Fati kawam. Duma ko nangu tay, duma ko nangu ku bëgg support Essa nga support ko. Lolu sa right la. Waye di tutilo Alhaji Ousainou Darboe to put Essa Fati kawam du fi am, as long as ñu ngi dunda. So len ko waxe dinañ ko daaji fi yabaate bobu non dafa stop. Hey, nañ la wax dega when it comes to love for country, pour taxawal dëkkam bu Gambia doon jooy waxuma ne Alhaji Ousainou Darboe amut morom si dëkk bi waaye bari wut de. Yow nga am laameñ because you don't like him, that's fine. We don't say you have to like him. We don't have to say you have to like UDP. But nga dem si platform bi di wax ne Pabi ni, man, I think the only person who can rule that country right now is Essa Fall. That comment really irates me. Definitely irate. And I'm going to go against it at every given opportunity. Yes, you can campaign for your leader. You can campaign for your choice and sell his agenda. Lulu is within the periphery of democracy. But you don't try to put your candidate above and demean another candidate. You think people of South Africa will go online to castigate Nelson Madiba Mandela? No, they would never. Because he did something that many South Africans did not do. And he was in power For the first time, Mandela stood for his country. Alhaji Senou Darboe stood for his country when it was difficult. Let's be reasonable. Let's be respectful. Let's not be ungrateful. If Esa had done that, I would have been here to praise him. I can remember Dempsey Alapande Rimbai, may his soul continue to rest in peace. He once asked this question, my colleague on Freedom Radio. When Esa came out, he asked the question where I was when Esa was at the Tiara. He said, where was Esa Fall when Gambians were fighting? Panderi asked that question on his radio. One day I was listening. And it's true. I wouldn't ask Mama Kande where he was. This question annoys you. Go after me. Go after Saihou Mballow. Yes, I was using a pseudonym. But Gambians know this voice that is on Freedom Radio, the voice on this platform was the same voice on Freedom Radio. And incidentally, I laugh. The very people who are saying that I'm dishonest because I was are even using pseudonyms now. Mine can be understandable because in the Jame, there were a lot of people using pseudonyms. Mine was more pronounced. How many people were using fake account? I can remember my former colleague, Sigil Gambia. I don't know where Sigil Gambia is. Femi Mahoney. These people are all in the struggle. Because those days, one can understand. Right now, what is the need of having a fake account on TikTok? Can anybody tell me why? Today, right now, you can say everything about Adama Barrow. I've been critical of Adama Barrow. I went to Gambia. I spoke there in January. And I'm very careful when I'm speaking, not because I'm scared, but because I don't like to break the law. One thing I'm not sure of, I will say allegedly. I'm not going to go to radio and say they did this, they did this. Where I have an evidence, like this letter here, I have an evidence. I'm going to read it here because the letter arrived my desk. When Adama Barrow sent his mom use our taxpayers' money to pay for the security to go answer that, I came here and I licked that letter. You tell me to court for that. I have evidence. I'm not going to be scared to be taken to court for that. Any letter, government letter that reaches my hand, that to me is beneficial to Gambian, I'm going to put it out on social media. I'm not responsible why your letters are get leaked from the system, because the people that are there are not happy with things that are happening. Whistleblowers in other countries, whistleblowers are protected. But Gambia, they are vilified. They are threatened to be with sack. All even serious. So this is the problem. I was having a pseudonym, but the ones that are even calling me dishonest, you don't even know their real names today on TikTok. They don't put their photos out there. They don't tell me. Me, when I go to TikTok, I say I'm Saihou Mballow. But it is hypocritical. You question somebody who was using a pseudonym on the days of the struggle. You say that person is dishonest, but you are today using a pseudonym. So you are more of a dishonest person than that person, because today there is no genuine reason why somebody should be using a TikTok name. Why? What? What is the reason? Can anybody tell me? In those days, there was a reason. Because we all know Yaya Jammeh, if he doesn't get you, he goes after your family. That's a fact. And me, I didn't want to be in politics. My issue cost somebody. I will not, my conscience will not allow that. But I wasn't scared of Jammeh. If I was scared of Jammeh when my identity was blown, I would have just gone under the woods. I would have been quiet. But that was the time I stepped forward, and I saw from one of them, according to the audio, one of them told them that, no, Saihou Mballow was not propagating violence in Gambia. I think it's Kabbalah corrected the person and said, no, Saihou Mballow, he was never used properly. In fact, yes, he was using Honest Gambian. When he went to Freedom, he used MJ, because I think Kabbalah was following us in the struggle. And Kabbalah also told the individual that, yes, from there he took civic education. So if I was scared, I would not have started civic education. I wasn't scared of Jammeh. I had reasons why I was using Honest Gambians, and that MJ title was given to me by when Dempsey Alapande approached me that I should start civic education show, because I had a lot of fan base. I used to call his show his Tuesday analysis. I'm just trying to educate people who are new on this, but those in the struggle understand. I used to contribute in Panderila's program of Tuesday's analysis. I used to call him, and he really likes my analysis when I used to call him. Then he, afterward, one day he called me. He's not here. Abitonya Dinkira, Befania Dinklato. And he called me, say, my brother, I think you should start a show on Freedom Radio. And that's how this civic education happened. If I was afraid of Jame, I would have said, no. Now my identity is out. I will not start civic education. So you cannot compare me. At least I stood for my country. So it was very irresponsible for anybody to say that I was trying to create divide. No, and I use MJ not because I want to be a Wolof, because Ndemsi Alapan gave me that name. I was thinking he just gave me that name. People didn't know. All right? But it's just idiotic for somebody to even make a comment that I was creating. If I was creating divide, you think a lot of Gambians would be glued to civic education? Even Nyanjai, I invited Nyanjai to our civic education. The head of the Gambia Bar Association, high-profile people like that, they came to civic education show on Freedom. So somebody promoting divide, you think those responsible people will come? Ajaratu Mariama Fatumata Tambajang, what was on that show? Was Esafal on that show? He never turned up because he was not interested in Gambia problem. That's why he didn't appear on the show. The current High Commissioner in London, who was the ICC chair, the prosecutor, Fatouba Bensouda, I invited her to that program. I spoke to her secretary. I wrote the letter. I wrote an email. Said, I am the anchor of civic education freedom. Gambians want to hear from her, wanted to hear from her at the time about Jamela's situation, because I think Omar al-Bashir, the dictator in Sudan, was indicted, and people wanted to know why Jammeh wasn't indicted. When I sent the email to Fatou Bambensu's secretary, I actually made a phone call to Brussels. I introduced myself, and the lady said, who are you? I said, I am Saihou Sedili. I am in London. I'm the anchor of civic education on an online program that listened to by Gambians, and we are interested. And the lady said, send the email, I will pass it to her. I sent the email, and I followed up a phone call. The lady told me, the secretary told me, well, I passed the email to her, but she never showed up because she didn't want to talk about Jammeh. Fatou Bensouda never wanted to talk about Jammeh for good reasons. Esa Fall has said when he used to go to Gambia, he was scared because he thought, because he was close to Esa Fall. And this is why not many people spoke against Jammeh, because you fear to be arrested. But Alhaji Ousainou Darboe and others took that. When UDP supporters fought with APR supporters in Basse, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe was there. He was in his convoy. So these are the people who didn't fear to be arrested, or they didn't fear to die for their country. Today, I cannot be on a platform and somebody is undervaluing Alhaji Ousainou Darboe and putting SRFAL on top of Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. I'll be hypocrite to be quiet. If you guys are going to come after me and do shows, please talents and life from morning be election soba. I care less. To move with masa. Because when that live was on, I was doing something else. Somebody sent me the screen recording. That's why that's how I heard Kabbalah's voice. Somebody sent me a screen recording because I'm the head of UDP, the TikTok group, and I get informed on a lot of things. Even that guy who insulted Mandingas, they sent me the recording later. I saw it on TikTok because I have to be informed. Some comments I don't even respond to. But for somebody to say I was agitating violence in the country is the lowest of the low. And for somebody to say UDP, we are wasting money because we are not. And again, I will say something. Genulo nyo janga, genulo nyo dega angale, genulo nyo tuki, genulo nyo am aduna. All right? If you say UDP is 30 years, we have not been to government. So if it's taking UDP 30 years, it's going to take you guys 100 years. And I will tell you why. Because UDP, when we started, we didn't get 5%. Logically, mathematically, if it is taking UDP 30 years, it will take you guys 100 years before you'll be in government. Because this is what you keep saying. 30 years, we have not been to government. Just like it took NCP how long they didn't go to government. That's not new to UDP. The first opposition party in Gambia was National Convention Party. They never made it to government. Never. At least UDP, we went into government, right? Through the coalition. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe became vice president through election. Our people went to cabinet through election, through the ballot, not by coup d'etat, through election, because we're a democratic party. So if you are saying it took us 30 years and we are not into main government, because I don't think you know the difference between central government and main government. UDP is into local government. There are two types of government all over the world. If you know basic civic education, let me remind you, basic civic education will tell you we have local government and central government. I don't think even a grade 11 student needs to be taught that. So UDP is into local government. So it's not true that we are not into government. We are into government, but we are not into main government. Because when UDP goes into politics, whether we go into main government or not, we will go for councillorship, we will go for chairmanship, we vie for these elections. All elections matter to us. We are not fixated on only presidential election. We are not that type of party. That's why when there's local council election, we go. So I'm saying, if you are saying that it took us 30 years, it will take you guys 100 years before you go to government on your own. I'm not talking about coalition there. Your coalition, that one is not credit to any one party. On your own, yen, the Nalengel over 100 years, because you keep mocking UDP with all of our size 30 years. Yes, it's true. But when we last time we got 27%. What was your percentage? So mathematically, if it is taking us this long, then it's going to take you guys longer if you know logic of basic mathematics. Okay? Numbers matter. Unless if miracle happens, which in Gambian politics is very rare for miracle to happen. So if you make any comments, we will come and respond here. Because some of your comments are wayward. Our money that we collect has benefited us. Through those funds that diaspora raised, we are able to win National Assembly positions. We finance, I'm going to repeat that, some of you may not know. Through those funds that we collected in 2021, 2023, Bambas is watching. Most of our UDP chapters here raise funds to sponsor our councillors' election. And that's why we won those seats. So if you think that money is being collected because we give it to Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, you're out of your damn minds. All right? We finance our MPs, the election. The other day, you must have heard my colleague Sana Jaju talking about that his money went into the election of some of these mayors. He helped them. And because we get our money. Right now, most of us have bought our tickets, paid for hotels to go to this fundraisings, our own monies, our own air tickets to go to our conventions because we are a serious party. We are not a party that just wait until presidential election is 1 or 2 years away and we start making noise. We made noise from 2021. We lost election. We were talking. Until Barrow himself said, Nisan press conference du jay, politique bu du jay. Even Senegal, ñun duñu xaar be 1 or 2 years election ñu ne dañoo def noise because we are a serious political party. The election is 2026. You want to come and make noise. We are not that political party. We mean business. Whether we are into government, that's left to Gambians. And look, I am not going to lose my sleep whether UDP wins 2026 or not. That I want. But if Gambians don't want to put UDP there, we will continue with our lives. And I say, but you guys, some of you think we are so desperate to be on power. No, I'm not. Look, if I was desperate to be in government, I would have joined NPP because I had an opportunity. I was given an opportunity. I was approached by NPP to join them. I refused because I can have a better life without being the government, like most of you. In Europe, you have your work, you have your pension. You can save money and go on holiday, enjoy yourself, and you have a better life. You can be happy that you are not spending taxpayers' money. I sit down here and get comfortable. Whatever money I eat, man, mako ligay. Suma travel, I go on holiday. Suma tedasi hotel bi, I get comfort. The government is not paying this. I'm not living this life because Manchuma Boppa is my own money. When I spend my money, I get happy because mako ligay. Unlike these government officials, some of them, whether they have conscience, fee legal fee, Europe fee, but by and large, most people in Europe, man, lulu comfort. I just want a better government, but I'm not desperate. If people think that UDP, do you win, Barrow may win. No, Barrow nekafa. Do yentami dolen fanek. Because if UDP is not there, you guys are not going to be there. And let me repeat, if you are thinking that you are going to lead a coalition that UDP is part of, that's not going to happen. We will not allow that. We the supporters, I mean. Because parti bo xamne ñep dafa ñew barke demba ya amulo ben elected council amulo li nga ne ñun dañu wara randal yo nga lead ko suma dega wax yoyu sax waxi dani saret la. That's not going to happen. Not in a million years. If you are not happy, go and form your little coalition with other parties that you trust. As simple as that. But stop having a go at us at every given opportunity. Stop disrespecting Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. He doesn't deserve that. And the hypocrisy is, they come to the platform and say, no, Pabi, sir, man, dem go respect. Pabi, well, I have nothing. Lolu wahisi kawla. You say Pabi, dem go respect. Then the next thing is, you say, ne Pabi, sa lalla fi def. Pabi, lalla fi def. If you respect somebody, why don't you go and say the same things about Honorable Halifa Sallah? Honorable Halifa Sallah was the chairman of FPAC. Did he do what he's expected there? Like this far lady, because I don't know her surname, she showed me respect and called me uncle, but her TikTok is FAA. They are all pseudonyms. You don't know their real names. But these are the people saying that I was a hypocrite in the struggle using, but up to today, they are using pseudonyms. You don't know their real names. Everybody knows UDP Online Banta by Saihou Mballow. I'm not hiding my name anymore. And even when my account was, my thing was blown, I was talking. I didn't go under the, I could have closed my Facebook account. I could have gone out of Gambian politics. Aha, si boba de ñoo defa ragalon. Gisulo buñ blow cover ambi, legi waxatut. Waye buñ blow his cover, I was talking. So feel like Emily waxtan bi dafa goody. But I'm on holiday. That's why I'm here. Sorry, I'll be on holiday soon, rather. That's why I'm here. I'm this late. Otherwise, I would have been sleeping by now. If I was still working, the movie maker right now or this time. But we have to address this thing. But in my main current affairs show program, inshallah, tomorrow UK chapter guys will be here. I'll have a little discussion before they come. And afterwards, I'll take a break from Bantaba for some time. When I'm back, we will address these things. But UDP supporters all, Alkana Sila, don't be intimidated. Alenga Tonya Fas and kana more disrespect. Bari, Alenkana Somoli Jutuna Kebala. Dolu BJ, Momo believe that no Komolo or not, ye Momo Nene, a beka ke bigotrility, tribalism mekatra koma. Nin konante ya me alenke ka wulindi Alhaji Ousainou Darboe la teng. Iman rally la soto. This lady, Menka Foko, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe is not good. Akate muk doi supportality. Because on the screen recording, Yemen soto, birabe gomsa bopa, akate mantra sobeya. Ntelenga suspect kabe sobeyale. Okay? Because nte birasta tega diamore anata esafa. Ama yalong sobeya fon yejibe, mel bota doi wale tataji. It's all 6 and 9 is the same. Mel by and large, mel bota doi wale migrate tata sobeya. Majority wale biji. Ne jama baji ni kega fo ntebe nun doi le. Wale bota ji. So abe killing. Inin doi killing wale tuta doi. But it wale migrate. And akate namana karte for UDP. And she was saying that probably we need her vote. How does that make sense? You never vote for UDP. You are supporting PDIS. You said you don't have confidence in UDP leadership. Even if UDP, it doesn't matter who UDP bring, you don't have. And you went and said, well, then sohla vote. How does that make sense? Yo musulo buga UDP. Tedo musa buga UDP. Lolo da maneko. We don't need your vote. Leave us alone. Because yendole musa buga United Democratic Party. Tenyun hamnan, most of us, some of us, we know why. Based on policy or on anything. Is out of bigotry. Bigotry regular. Do that. If anybody cannot be honest to say that the local government right now, UDP local government right now, is the best run since Gambia Army independence, then you must be disingenuous. Because when APRC was running this countries, it was in a worse situation. UDP-led local government since Gambia Army Bopam is the best run. Nobody can dispute that. It's the best run. What Yankuba Darboe is doing in Brikama, Ben APRC elected chairman Defco. for 22 years. What Talib is doing in KMC, Ben APRC elected mayor Defnakova. Even though this local government, what they accuse Rohi, yes, BCC, Lulu, it can be a talking point about this alleged mismanagement thing that came out in local government. But what she's also doing there, in terms of changing their records from red, their books were in red in Banjul before. You cannot compare it to in them days. So how can this woman, this lady, who called me uncle, haramantami ma respect ko, ma wako suma jarbat, because that's my accord respect bobu. Mudem si platform di wahne, UDP hasn't done to the best. When UDP run council, musuda façon the way they are doing musuda hew Gambia. Gis nga nit ki, loko ban. Please, certain things are not nice. Awma turam, ladi ci ma tolong, ladi ci la tomu faleti FAA something. Yale buke la name all for. Itol nyings melka esa support jamaba. Ibeka pseudo name ala korosi la TikTok name killing moti je menga la real name for wala fankante jahali la koto ibuke la real name of la TikTok olto UDP kan to la molu je jande killing ol be to for la TikTok something drama be for la jana but itol they come up with this crazy name. So ibuke tolu fo so ibe tolu na nyaade just like that imbecile who went to insult us ka fon tol UDP ngol mo terrorist organization. Hanisa in more malon jumalo. But ntenga information also to look Sweden. Mole ya fonye kabe Sweden. And maybe ningalom I will come ba expose la banda bale. You know. Ngama ile kabe Sweden. So wofanang mol mala name lady children ma tolong. Atada ko UDP mo terrorist organization also. Up to today, malo. Because ibuke la name for. Anu ika je wole to fong. Are you serious? Ite ko be esa support kam. But it take TikTok, but it became a tofu molian. They yell and take a Bausen support it, but Bausen Yanko say who said he can support it. Could he? Say who said he at home. But it take a SR support. But it at TikTok, it came from command to bail, and on just time they have 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts. But what account will be Tobuka Taraji. Today, right now, is there any reason why somebody should use a fake account on TikTok? Can anybody tell me? Because Gambia, I'm not Bopam. Those days, Barrow, you can criticize him for everything, but Barrow, you can criticize him unless if you break the law. Yes, but you can go to Banjul International Airport, nobody will stop you. I just went there, and I'm one of the biggest critics of Adama Barrow. All right? And when I was in Gambia, I think Bambas was there. When we had a presentation in Brikama, I said it's there. They asked me this question. I think I was a resource person with Honorable Alajes Davo. They asked me what has changed. I said, Tonya. What monga dia ninja jame bi jente hanyla na nyim banko kan ke ba sabale te hanyla tal andun Tonya lo. Jama banka wuri jande nun diaspora bare mbukata de. Jame Musa beje jumala ka hanyga da Gambia. Because Jame Musa ka mol sambala ay mol dia la bambole la. Ate ko le ke mo mala fi tay edi bambola. Womu foolish hero leti yeta ko ke fati e fota rek yedi jong ndol ke jotewol ndol membu ka hanyi nka wuri jam radio leti nga wuri bare ndol ni na jote ya ndol ka wuri le bare esa mo boko kamole moy jumale esa kamole jam during the struggle ndeketa nyaaw nyan denga contribution ko GDF le hanata be kala $1 leti nga don GDF le all right sonte lota na banko en ndolga wuri online radio lo de ngam fawol kibiri ni ndeni kijo but at least ndena mana esa fal kamo moy ye Gambia diningol faale dining students all faale atemu loyalty and international connection also to as a fundi like Baro jaya jame condemn hanata ra jareta atita Gambia because abala international job le ya kuno lala na no asisija bara ma wala ko risk le tala na alongo na jami musa condemn ata singolo la Gambia so bi alko albina wala ko tambinde la ba usinula mbam far de se Hussein lite sonala ni memben ne kuma saga kuma wax has please bul MC ben live de demal nga tal live 3 days kon lu ngeen def fi bu ba Hussein affaire asset sami ñew ngeen tal fi def programme ñun duñ ko nangu man I will be there pa bi deserve lolu waxuma ne esa amul right pour mu ut rew mi de domi Gambian amna right dem leen ngeen jaay sen agenda way baye leen di tutilo pa bi de promote esa fall lolu duma d'accord ak kem ci lolu wow dem la ngeen esa dafa he will be a good president Gambians should vote for him. Lolu mom so len ko defé ku len tontu def len togn because am ngeen right pour ngeen sel agenda am. Waye du tuti lo Alhaji Ousainou Darboe de promote esa Saihou Sedile lolu fuma ko dégg rek dama ko jelati. Gom sa boppa programme dana fa dem because man legi xamna platform yi ma duga. Right? Fofu dina for them because ñooñu they have diverse platform and they are not promoting any agenda in my view. In my view, Gomsa Bopa's platform is not promoting any agenda. That's my personal view. Bes buma gisee ne mom tamit dafa jël agenda, I would reserve myself. But so far, he has an open discussion and for them dina la challenge, dina la discuss. All right? That's what we are here for. But the truth is, let's stop castigating our other people's leaders and move on. Feel like about a program be good in a lot of fee or lot, but like I said, I have my time myself because I'm on a holiday, and otherwise I will be sleeping right now. Okay. Thank you so much, Lady Chilel, and everybody that's watching. Saihou Mballow na namam pare ñola de nimbota na holiday la mbe nimbota holiday la inshallah from Bantaba. I'm taking a break from Bantaba and call it for holiday. Mena Saihou Mballow normally. But Lady Chilel wol alta live ale Saihou Mballow feje de. UDP la media teamo alta Saihou Mballow maje feje ñimu bigotoleti tribal bigotolom. Ha anu sobe yalla ñin dindi wol mel katu chapi la platform to jay ka fe be Alhaji Ousainou Darboe disrespect alkana space dealer. Alkana space dealer, whoever the person is. Okay? More lot of platform or Dakabi Alhaji Ousainou Darboe disrespect alkana ta. Disrespect. Lolo duñ ko jelati sa. Whoever you are. Alright? Kabale ben jibe kan ba itele kata itele ningal ka wine and dine. Itele ninga wine and dine. Ika afoye kay fatana kebala. You understand me? Because nga yele even defend Gambia accuse ko nka violence le fenke and you am can defend the fact. I think you've been honest because ni momo sondo mo bena ko xamne sa 5 common senses. Saihou Sedile I was on freedom, people hear my voices. Why would I agitate hey digante all of you actually say what sort of a daft statement is that? Man, I was criticizing UDP, I was criticizing PPP. That's all I was doing constructively. I made a remark about UDP that it should be more diverse. What has that got to do with Wolofs? And if anybody can bring an evidence out, if you are bold enough to go and make a daft statement, then you should be bold enough to bring out evidence. Bring out an evidence when I try to create wedge between Wolofs and Mandinkas. All right? I'm not that type of person. Man, ligay na Gambia, ligay na Singurgi. People know me. If I'm a divisive person, wallahi niti nangen and you want to say who's a divisive person. I'm not. I was also chairman of Gambia Association in Crawley, and I was a good chairman according to people. Sabudu Fort Bopam. But divisiveness, why would I even propose violence? Man, I'm not, bigotry is not part of my system. But at least somebody went out there and put sense, and they said, no, he wasn't promoting violence. At least a cool heads out there. You know, because alhamdulillah, it can two women near Esama, Akamde Pengule. You say a snippet of criticism about Esa illegal to her life. But you can't talk on a patriotic event. You say Esa file invested Gambia, they will react. Anything you say about ESA is the same. And they think this is peculiar to UDP. You know, UDP, so loyal is new leader. Why ESA, you're commanding for ESA, they will come out. And I have observed a lot of things about ESA leadership. But Mafo follow. But in Niam push, me follow. But I don't want to go there. Nimani UDP Atacosta, we will reach there. Honestly, we all have opinions. Leadership is not easy there. Leadership. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe lum antal from kilele ga hol antal fo wala nga sura hon fo le correct bam. And I do know Mexico. 30 years ka UDP lead. Ama easy de. UDP kafo ka lead amanka kundinte de. Ntoli UDP. Haninde se said li memo chairman of the UK chapter da mangalo ne ka UDP kafo lead is not easy. All right. Sako patio be kake wala leader for 30 years. Useno dabo nenta nyimbanko kanne. Ha. Sinya kirine pet atata police. Wofong atata police le de. Useno dabo mantaka mol mobilize pour kata mo attack de. Ha. Useno dabo ka nem banko kanne dinim merengol. Useno dabo badi ngol bokatara nying yes, Chilel you can join even though I want to close. You can join. Chilel, you can join. Mbe invite la. Okay, mbe invite la Chilel. So kuda la yala to le dalta nyin night program nante man dale night program.
Bamas.
Bio alien dundi nyin night program. Alien dundi. Ali inte banjilal te kata la del mo keba ko roleti.
So
Eh?
Yano 2026 le kana see there.
Ha.
And then in 2026 we'll be killer. We'll keep the best for
the last couple for the ending.
Last us. Yamunu be long. But over 2026. Ning stupid people on munu be going to talk about saying caricature because they are so be fans. Babe jeka. Babe screen record can babe copy can because they are tribe small boys. Oh, it have
cry babies.
Baby men. Malo mekumane because they are not boys. They are baby men. So ni ke chirip doro ibe mala do man dindo rebi wuro start la.
But kilende ma me honestly ite ate musun ni wonyin anasa lai kuma jama for UDP ma. Ha UDP thing UDP from in fact I dia mo dole for kabala be program mem fanodo because nga recording my like ako UDP is divided. We have problem inside. We have even a bigger job to convince Gambians than any party. You must know the handle.
I say same thing.
Huh?
Me Uncle Ben Sudan la sawale jubeka. Alama ne maninka
fakala billahi.
Nga ba uselu je ni toro mumba. Nga talib je abasire. Ye dunol muntaya di Usenu was explaining Aning Ben Sudan la story. Iba londali ko mote dugo la wanala dimbayalte.
Wallahi.
Ba Usenu talib falen. Ba Usenu asita dahora akatalib la komanye malaf.
Wallahi.
Because ndol mandinka yanga wala long. Karafore babu.
Afale Gambia ado fong wala long fong.
Yeah. Karafore babu. Anu alonde itambita kamumu ni mo school ke. Foi tata, foi do kol ke muso sutwe diwol soto. Hani bi karafo be tema. To gol badi yale be wol tema. Te ko nim tol be mu nyani digol let. Ya understand? Fe ko mu be tema wara bata le. Ite babale talibulu. Babale yankuba wulu. Babale rohi wulu. Mu babala dimba. Why do they think they can divide these people? And mo jamale be malula. Because ibe munjiki kan imenete ojela. Ineneta jela talib yolo ay baba disrespect.
No.
Ineneta jela yankuba ay baba disrespect.
No.
Ineneta jela modoli baba di muna mira problem what? Why are they so bent on seeing talib din baba ye class? Dafa am lo xamne munta possible. Lu munta possible. Ñen tribe so na munta possible. Xam len ne munta possible. Do your thing and leave us alone. Itentol farano la tema. UDP is stronger today more than ever. Yen UDP ñun ay jine. Na xamul ne ñun ay jine.
Igontolo we are collecting money. What has that benefited us? 30 years we have not. Ninga indol that 30 years, like, it will take Sobe 100 years to go to presidency. Because they only got 5%, 5 point something. No, even it's not even 5%. They form promote 1 point yellow. It yellow sort of 1 point. I said jealous of 17,000. So Nico UDP is going to take us. It took us 30 years. Ask yourself about all dollar jealous, because UDP didn't the first election in '96. We didn't get 1 point something percent. So we are still trying to get there. So it is going to take you guys over 100 years to go to presidency by your figures. You got 0.2% Kabala ko yo lesot. Okay. No, mamera yo sura. Gamera is 17,000 lesot. 17,000. So Malamuno wala tebe fudala UDP la 200,000 of moto. Sakai fuda barola 400. For he has to go and get. But remember UDP for 5 for that doi for all percentage. Doi jelle for moto. Na friend na mati from Kol Khalifa.
Because guys are African business mind at the UDP. But in Indonesia, you can cry big, small babies for small men. If you get chichi men or munubekono. Janin killing full a tie, the city, the kaka, so useless. More people are talking about how to bring Gambia forward. They are always talking about what
Igonindol nga na kodo kolenga be di bawo senela. Nin diaspora contribution ko ka kodo be sikala nga di bawo.
Say ka fofu. Not a. And what they don't know. Bausenu is coming to France. Bausenu is going to Austria. Bausenu is going to Spain. Then to be and all those Bausenu did not collect.
Namere fananyanta fundraising kela ye ticket ojo ESA falia zamana. Even though ESA doesn't need, ESA can afford his own ticket, but Bausenu can also afford his own ticket. But until gonna respect the deal as our party leader, we make him comfortable. So ngamere fanang sobea fanang ngoye fundraising organized in Europe somewhere. Kila ye invite ngata jenga mfanang ngela mol siani domani. Ni fundraising organized in UK or Germany or Swiss or Austria. Let them ESA invite the ticket or sanga hotel or joy. What do you want Mballow no go? These people are serious. Honestly.
Baba ka barbecue ke dulu ngala suo kono aka grille ka dobo adiata nyami nyote yaro ndesai na new slogan ite ngamuta dula killing sign ite sehu nyote
okay bari blasa ite da bajla la blado ndekata lale sai abaraka thank you lady killer thank you good night. Okay, sign the program of Kumfala Jan and Soku Tabaka sign. Okay, Allah Baraka Bate. Thank you. Sama UK chapter called Binala Jam, Musa Jaminala Timo, Canadian now, Galala, whatever the panel discussion with the Sama Ularo, 8:30 UK time. We'll kick off on Bantaba, inshallah. Allah Baraka Bate. Thank you.